Afternoon, everyone. Andy again, back once again for another 4 hours of transfer deadline day. Hope everyone's keeping safe and well. Good to see you guys are back in the chat. Got 12 people watching already. Thank you very much. Still very quiet on the transfer front, really. Apart from the medicals, which are booked, so we're keeping very quiet at the moment. Afternoon, Clayton. Welcome back, mate. Gaza. Frizzy, nice to see you again, mate. How does everyone? Who do we want in next, people? Who do we want in next? That's the question. Alex Crow is apparently 90% done, so we're looking forward to that being announced. They reckon by 3 o'clock. So hopefully that will be done. Kurt Zuma has now been announced as the new number 4 for West Ham, which is no surprise, really, taken over from Barberena. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it, people. I'm looking forward to this window, and looks like we will be. Let's have a look here and see what else is in the comments. Yeah. Striker, you mean Clayton? But yeah, no, I agree. Hopefully it should be done shortly. I'm just logging into Sky Sports now. There's nothing else really appearing at the moment. So
Hello.
She's back in the building. We've got 25 people watching again already. Thank you for everyone.
Booming. Going on. To be fair, I can't. No, he sent me a message, so I know he's not still chatting away on the other stream.
Yeah.
We're all good. Yeah. We're not back up on that, Tony. I better go.
Yeah.
Link a new.
Yeah, I agree, Kent. Lingard and Corral would be a Rondon. What do you reckon on Origi, Kent? I know we keep mentioning it a couple of times. If Rondon doesn't happen, would you be happy with Origi?
Yes.
Do you know the meeting that's coming in for this one? They want to do £100 tax, but she can't wants to do it over the phone. She's not actually done it.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks for joining in, mate, and thank you for your retweets, mate. That really goes a long way. We've gained a lot of subscribers again this morning already, so really good news for us. Yeah, we'll see how it goes at the minute. But yeah, no, I hope everyone's keeping well. But yeah, so let's have a look. Clayton. Yeah, I agree with that as well. We'll see exactly how it goes on there. Ken, I agree with you on this one. I know we was winding up. I believe people were winding up Brownie yesterday with regards to this. Keep. Yeah, no, keep for me. I'll be all over that. If we, I think a lot of people are saying that Cardiff will even accept 8 million. I'd be all over that. I don't know about you, though. Kiefer Moore from Cardiff.
Yeah. I'm at a link at the minute. I've just been doing some bits over there. But yeah, that sounds like a.
Right, let me just get.
That sounds like a good shout. I quite like that. Yeah.
I'm sending you it now.
Oh, you send it to Jazz, yeah. Smashing. You do that then. Not in there.
No, as you can see there, we're slowly getting there, people. Anyone?
So where are we at? 25. Let's go over on here. YouTube. We're up there on the telly.
As you can see there, would you prefer Simmer? Not for me. If I had to pick.
On me. If I had to pick, I'd go with Hosek. But like you just said there, beggars can't be choosers, and unfortunately, we are in a situation where It's
breaking up. Yeah, sorry, Ken. There's not much else we can do at the minute. The Wi-Fi.
It's not great.
Here's
the boy.
Yeah, here we go. Jazz will help us with some light. If we do break out, he can take over for us.
I'm just having some of the birthday cake, mate.
Yeah. Is it nice?
Have some.
No, I'm all right, thanks, mate. I'll pass.
What flavour is it?
Vanilla, funny enough. It's all right. Vanilla icing. Yeah, nice.
Can you taste it?
Yeah. It's all right. A bit
So
claret.
we've got 31 people in the chat, 31 people watching, and we've only got 9 likes. So, you know what we need you to do, people? Right, hang on. Jazz keeps offering up with food because I'm behind. Hang on. I've got to go over here. I'm not like you. I'm all over the gaff.
Right, here we go. I'll do it from the
You do it from there then. Go on in. So, press it once. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button and touch the bell.
If you don't mind.
That's what they need to be doing.
Yeah. The more bells you touch, the more subs we get.
The more chance you've got of a problem.
So, Jazz, what do you reckon about Crowell? I reckon it'll be done by 3 o'clock. Are you happy?
Yeah, I'd rather have him than not have him. All right, I haven't seen him much, but in the Euros, yeah, he struggled a bit in the Euros, but he was a sub, to be fair. But I trust the management, and some of our players already know him, don't they? As part of the Czech setup. So we're looking like we've got a lot of players from Eastern Europe now, haven't we? Just some news coming in from Man United. Apparently, Man United wanted 30 million for Lingard, and we were pretty reluctant to kind of do that deal at that price. And he just wanted to stay at Old Trafford. So, yeah, if his mind's in 2 places, then yeah, just leave him there, mate. And I don't see the point in staying there. But
yeah, no. Before I carry on, gents, Gary, yeah, like I said, we gave our condolences yesterday, and if you need to chat or anything, just drop us a DM. I know you're going through a tough time, and yeah, hopefully we're keeping you entertained.
Croatian football Twitter account has wished Vlasic the best, and they reckon he's going to be a hit.
Yeah, I saw that, mate. I saw that.
Any more?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hey, Gatesy, you all right, mate?
How are we?
I'm feeling a bit rough, Gatesy. I'm feeling a bit rough. I got a bit of a cold, I think.
Yeah, you're looking a little bit under the weather, my friend.
Yeah,
plenty of kiwi fruit.
Yep.
He's eating cake.
You'll be fine. Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Did you not use my dramatic entry that I got set for you? Because I noticed you used the countdown. Did I see that right?
You didn't tell me this. Okay. Better late than never. Right. How's work going, Gatesy? Gatesy? He's muted himself. Oh, he must be busy. Probably got an head in the dishwasher or something.
Any more news on Rondon, Milesy?
Pardon, mate?
Any more news on Rondon?
Yeah, apparently that's got some legs, apparently. Clayton, I've heard 15 million, 30 million. We've got nowhere near it. If they're going to talk like that, I'll just tell them to do one, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, Gaza, Crowell was apparently a loan with an obligation to buy, which treats David Gold and Sullivan to a treat. So they're all over that.
We still haven't done the 2 Premiership loans we're allowed.
Yeah. Crowell.
Looks like there's going to be more coming in, Milesy, I think.
Yeah, I reckon, mate. Like I said, I'm just having a look on there, mate. There's nothing really. Callum Hudson-Odoi, Hod's on to stay now. He was.
Clayton, I did my best, mate. I did the dramatic music. Was it Gold Sullivan that impressed you?
Yeah.
Oh, is he back?
Yeah, you had a go for not using the intro. Well, you
Didn't use the intro, you buggers. It's there.
I'll tell you what, you know what?
Having a domestic, you lot.
I'll kick him straight out.
Dear, oh dear.
How's your work?
I made it specially for you. I've just come out.
Is it that? Is it that one, Gatesy?
He's gone. Casey, we love you.
We're smashing it, Gatesy. Have you seen the new subs?
He don't want to talk to us anymore.
Oh, fuck you then.
Language. We're live. And we're
Right,
live.
you dropped out there. I don't know.
Yeah, of course we did, darling. Yeah, all right.
I can't help the signal.
No,
So what's happening? Have we signed anyone? I know we signed Blasic. Is anyone else? Is there any other big signings in the world of Premier League or world football?
Mate, to be fair, there's only been 3 signings really of note today. Cheers, James, at the Anvil. They're lovely yellow ties, isn't they? We like them. No, it's only been Ronaldo. I was saying that Moise Keane's gone to Juve from Everton. Hector Bellerin is having a medical at Real Betis with a view to a loan move. Arsenal have agreed a just shy of £20 million fee with Bologna for Takahiro Tomiyasu.
Oh yes.
That's a proper pun twist.
We was linked with him, wasn't we?
Hudson-Odoi
Very
is
tentatively.
playing at Chelsea.
Of course
They're
he
not
is.
sanctioning a loan deal for Callum Hudson-Odoi, so Odoi will stay at Chelsea for the rest of the season.
But he's pleased with that.
Edouard is having a medical at Crystal Palace. Cucurella has joined Brighton. I think,
James
And
to
Diop-
Leeds. That's going to happen, isn't it? James to Leeds from Man United.
Yeah.
Wolves in to sign Sanchez, Renato Sanchez.
Oh, he was at Swansea, wasn't he? Didn't exactly work out for him there.
No, I didn't like him. But
how the mighty have fallen, because he was meant to be one of the next big things when he went to
He was.
Munich, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was champing at the bit to sign him when he went on loan to Swansea, and kind of I'm at a point now where I don't really care.
You nearly 38 people that are watching, guys. Don't forget my usual thing: like the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the iron bell.
He's just coming in and doing what he wants, isn't he? He's cut out now. He's still talking
What?
over there. But, oh, hang on. What?
What now? I just put up the little animation. Told people to touch the iron bell.
No, listen, right? Do you remember, Andy? Right, I'm going to come in so you can have a discussion here. We'll try and keep it quiet. He said he weren't here for this, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh, I said I'd pop in at little intermittent pieces.
We've gained 39 subscribers today already.
Last I looked, was it 819 or something like that? Is it 819? Where are we at now?
820.
8.
Blimey.
And the
We're going to need a bigger boat.
We're going to need a bigger boat. Or actually, the line from the film is actually you're going to need a bigger boat. He doesn't say we're going to need a bigger boat.
Or we all live in a yellow submarine.
Marine.
It's a bit like Beam Me Up Scotty. Apparently they never said Beam Me Up Scotty in Star Trek.
No.
They said feisty one, you are.
Strong to business of force, are you, young Skywalker?
Paul makes a very good point. We do need a Kirsty Gallagher.
Oh, we need Katie K. We should
Now there's an idea.
Let me go see these people because I think this is the big booking. I'll be
Okay, no worries. It's just us three again.
She's already done with it. I'm back.
Oh,
I'm back to a 4-way.
See, we're live.
That's
We're
awesome,
back on a 4-way. So, I'll tell you what though, transfer deadline day. It's going to be so weird not seeing Jim White on Sky Sports News later. I don't know about you.
I don't think it's got the same buzz, mate. Watching it earlier on, it's not got the same feel. Yeah.
Who have they got that's anchoring it? Is it Hayley McQueen or someone?
Yeah, got a lady there with the other
With,
guy. I forgot his name. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't even know who it is. It's like, blimey.
Oh, Kirsty's not behind the bar. Kirsty can't be Kirsty Gallagher. We got Jade. She might be able to come on and do a bit of a just stand behind us and
Yeah, why not?
just to talk this question here from Clayton about the Bamba rumour being a loan move. It can't be a loan move now unless we actually sign Crowell on a permanent. Obviously, we are only allowed two. We're only allowed 2 loan deals. So if the Alex Crowell one is a loan, why is your
Is that happening then?
conversation? Why is your sat nav getting involved in my conversation?
It's like my mother-in-law. It starts chirping off at inopportune moments. I do apologise for anyone that's...
Diane.
Dirty Diane.
Is my sat-nav?
Called Diane.
No. I don't actually have a name for my sat-nav. I've got to be honest with you. I don't...
She interrupts when we're on live streams.
She does. I've told her about that.
Yeah, as I was saying, Clayton, obviously it'd have to be a straight deal for either one because obviously Areola being the first foreign loan, we can only now have one more, and obviously we're working on two domestic loan transfers, which I would love, if I'm honest, to be Origi, one of 3 really, Origi, Lingard, or 2 of 3, Origi, Lingard, or Loftus-Cheek would be my choice of if we had to go for 2. We'll just have to, we'll have to wait and see. Paul said, anyone fancy naming the midfield now? Your midfield doesn't change even with Krul coming in, even with Vlasic coming in right now. They're going to be players to start with that are going to be used in Europe, used in cup games. And I know that's a lot of money to spend on Casey's again. I know that's a lot to spend Vlasic for it to be a player that's going to be in the cups and on loan and in Europe. But I don't think. Listen, I think we're settled. I think we're settled in the midfield there. I don't think we need to be dicking around too much, if I'm honest. Alfie, you're back. How you doing, son?
Very well. How about yourself?
Just enjoying my day, if I'm honest with you. We're up to 35 people in the chat. What I do ask of those of you that are in the chats, we only have 19 likes. So if the 37 of you now, if you haven't liked, please button bash. We're up to 20. Button bash that like. We did get, actually, we're down to 817 people subscribing now. Down there.
Well, so 3 of them have cleared off.
3 of them look like they're pissed off and left us. Let me come over.
Oh. Yeah, but we've gained overall.
Yeah. Tonight, this morning it was 780. Gatesy.
Exactly. You know, lost 3, but how many have we gained? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy so far.
Come in.
Yeah. Glass half full. Always half full.
No, we're up to 820.
Oh well, mine's obviously behind.
Oh.
No, but we had 1.4k views on that last video while we were live. So
yeah.
Oh my word! Incredible.
This is.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, mate. I was. It's all right. You can play footsie with me if you want, Andy. I was a little bit interested to see how this would work out, and you know, kind of what we would get view wise, you know, live views, comments, everything else. But I've been surprised by, you know, the amount of people that have been coming in, the amount of people that have actually joined us on this on this madcap crazy journey.
We've got Jesus Christ. We've got more breaking news, guys.
2.1k views. 2.1k views on the last video.
I believe that. Well, I don't believe. I know that's a new record.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Because the new record was we actually had the record for the Lingard one the other day.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or was it?
Yeah, Lingard,
yesterday we
Vlasic.
broke it, so every day it's going up more and more.
Every
Crumbs.
day we're getting there.
What was the breaking news, Andy?
Tom Burford. Mr. Tom has asked if I've had to ring my bell again. So I'm
Milesy,
gonna
do your
give,
stretches.
I'm
Milesy,
gonna
do your
give Mr.
stretches.
Burford his desire.
Oh, Jazz. What,
Do your
Milesy,
stretches.
what was the breaking news you was about to say about?
yeah, the views.
The 2.1k views. There you go, Mr.
Oh,
Burford.
right.
Like, subscribe, and touch the bell. We need everyone to be touching the bell today for us, please. That would be amazing. I need to turn that off, otherwise Gatesy's going to shout at me quick. There we go. At the moment, we are kind of sat in a stalemate with what's going on. You know, very.
Why don't we talk about food?
Moves that
Talk about food.
being announced.
We got a bit of news. I've just got a bit of news.
Obviously, it does look.
Newsflash.
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 Interestingly, according to Twitter, if you type in Vlasic or Musa Dembele in the URL on the West Ham website, it comes up with 404 error, but everything else comes up. I don't know whether that has any relevance, to be honest, or if it means anything. Probably doesn't, but I just thought I'd tell you about that because people are saying about it on Twitter.
Why? Oh, no. Yeah, it is. That's that. So what? Shall I go? Okay.
Oh, where's he gone?
Sorry. You're back. Who, Dude?
Who?
Yeah, he's going somewhere. The Wi-Fi keeps dropping a bit in the minute, so he's just sorting something out.
Is he going to put 50 pence in the meter then?
Yeah, exactly.
We could always listen. If there's nothing much going on the old transfer front, we could always talk about food.
Yeah.
What you got for lunch?
That seems to get big. I mean, okay. Here's one to get at the people in the live chat. Whilst there's a little bit of a lull, what is your ideal English breakfast combination? You know, your fry up. Does it consist of bacon? Does it consist of sausages? Or are you vegan? Do you have a vegan full English? I don't know.
I've got a funny twist to that. Ever since little, I don't know if it's an Indian Asian thing. Like everyone who I know, we always have fish fingers with our breakfast at home. That's weird, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't realise that till I started to think about it. Saying, yeah, within all my family and all, we always have fish fingers, sausages, bacon, beans. Never black pudding. I never tried black pudding.
Oh, I love black pudding. I've got to say, I know it's not
that.
everyone's cup of tea, especially when they find out what it actually is.
Love hash browns, love waffles, love bubble and squeak. Although don't make a lot of that at home, but order it if I'm in the caf. Yeah.
Mushrooms?
I don't mind, although for me, not much taste comes from them, but I don't mind. Yeah, I don't mind.
Shall I chuck you mine, Gatesy?
Go for it.
I get egg, poached egg.
Scramble. Poached. Good. Yep.
Yeah. Bacon, chips. I have chips.
Chips?
Oh, I don't do chips for breakfast.
Oh, I find that weird on a full English breakfast.
Yeah.
Beans, and then I have a bit of bread with butter on it.
Oh yeah, to mop up the egg yolk and the beans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you have fried slice?
Oh, I like that. I like fried slice.
Yeah.
I like that.
Like a bit of fried slice.
Chicken poppers.
Well, I've got to disappear, guys. I know I've started something off. I'll tell you what. Before I go, I'll tell you. I'm going to go 2 rashers of bacon, 2 sausages, proper sausages from a butcher's, not your supermarket crap. Got to be a good sausage. Scrambled eggs, fried eggs, poached eggs, doesn't really matter to me. I like eggs in whichever form they come. Mushrooms, fried slice, beans, black pudding, hash browns. Yeah.
What about the sauce, red or brown?
To be honest, I tend to go brown sauce because the way I look at it is you've got tomato sauce with the beans anyway.
Yeah.
So I tend to I like a little bit of a combo.
My missus swaps the beans for a tomato tin. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on tomatoes myself, but each to their own.
Yeah.
But, right, chaps, I got to disappear because I've just got to my next job. So I'll speak to you again soon.
Look forward to it. Take care.
Bye.
So breakfast onto you, Milesy.
What's that, mate?
You got to carry on now. What you like for breakfast, what items, and all that kind of thing. That's a discussion Gatesy started.
I eat everything, mate. Black pudding, mushrooms, fried slice, toast, anything. I'm not fussy.
Do you like chips with your breakfast?
Yeah. Black pudding.
Who do we
I've
have
never
from
had. I've
Hammered
never
Chat
had black
with us?
pudding.
Gonzo, Gio, which one have we got?
If you want to come on,
Let us know.
we'll send you a
We'll get
DM.
you in. Come on over. Come on over to my place.
Any more transfer news? Any more?
No.
Mate, there isn't at the minute. Chelsea are still keen to sign Atletico Madrid midfielder,
God.
whatever his name is, Ngoyes or something. But
I remember some windows you never used to know because some deals are done so late. You only found out the next morning. Like I remember Solano, that was done so late. I didn't know till the following morning we got him over the line.
Who?
So let's see what happens. I don't even think they're going to the training grounds anymore, Duke, like they used to.
What's that, sorry, buddy?
They're not even going to the training grounds like they used to before. It's just hasn't got that.
Yeah.
Hasn't got that. I think we're missing Harry Redknapp, aren't we? Really? Yeah.
There was someone did have a GIF up on YouTube, up on Facebook earlier of him leaning out of his car window having a conversation, which obviously did make me chuckle. You are missing characters like that now. I think that's the problem.
Gio, I've sent you a DM, mate.
Lads, we've got a bit of transfer news back in. This is an interesting one. I don't know whether any of you have ever watched the film Goal or Goal 2. But Newcastle had a forward in Goal 2. The film was based about a forward called Santiago Muniz, who played for Newcastle and Real Madrid. In real life, Newcastle have just signed a forward. His name is Santiago Muniz. I think they've done it on purpose, but
I think they're after Hamza as well, aren't they? Hamza Chowdhury.
I think they're after shirts. Interesting.
What about Rondon? Any more on Rondon?
Nothing else.
Nothing than what we already know, to be fair. And to be fair, I think we're going to be waiting.
Barclay, someone's got to grab Ross Barclay.
Mum's in the chat.
Hello, Mum. Nice to see you.
Hello, Jane. How are you?
Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
What did you have for breakfast, Jane?
Oh, look.
Thank you, Mum. To be honest with you, like I said earlier, had a little bit of a concern, shall I say, about doing this all day.
Yeah.
What did we have on the first team? 85 was it? Did we get up to 85 or was it 70?
About 85. Yeah.
And then we've got 48 already now, and we're only half hour in, which is pretty much where we're at half hour into the last one. And I don't know why I'm worried.
Quickly to everyone watching, all the new people on here, please donate to Isla. Hopefully Andy will put a banner up now, but Isla Caton, donate to her, please. They need the surgery now. If you haven't heard about her story, you can look it up. It's all over social media as well. But basically, they need the money now, her family. So just donate to these links. There's the apps. Check their social medias out and donate to her because she needs more than we do. And that's why Andy has decided to do this brilliant stream today to help her.
No one's taken Sandenberg.
Andy's big idea. I've got all the time in the world for it.
Sandenberg is still there.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one, won't it? Will Sanderberg leave by the end of the day? Leave Sheffield United?
Ross Barclay, he's still out there. Loftus-Cheek. Bellerin had him. Yeah, he's gone now. Bellerin.
Maitland-Niles situation.
Maitland-Niles, if I'm honest with you, I'd take Maitland-Niles at the club now.
Yeah, he's all right. Yeah.
I think he's been an outstanding player, and I'd take him all day long.
Yeah.
I've been said I'll be here all day.
Listen,
What's happening with What's happening with Conor Coventry? Is he staying or is he going
No,
on
he's
loan?
going on loan to Peterborough, Jazz. They
I
reckon
don't
that'll be
agree with
signed.
that, but there you go.
Why
No,
Pete-
but then, I think at the end of the day, mate, we're looking at it in a way that I think if Crowell comes in, it may well. He's obviously opening his packet of crisps or something. If Crowell comes in, that's going to stunt a little bit for Conor Coventry, because obviously he'll be ahead of him in that pecking order. So
Yeah, but would he not be able to get in like the Sheffield United midfield or something like that? Just a little bit
I'd
higher
rather
than
him go
Pete.
play top end championship. Yeah, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think
What league are Pete?
there's an option to bring him back. I think I've heard if he goes on loan.
Well,
Just-
that's the same deal that they put in place with Odebeko, wasn't it? We've got the option to recall him in January if we feel that we need him or it's not going as planned. We can bring him back.
Yeah, Odebeko. I spoke to him this morning, and he said that he spoke to the manager of Huddersfield yesterday. I can't remember who it is.
I can't remember even.
They still got Danny Cowley, because I know they had Danny Cowley at some point, who actually used to be a PE teacher at school near me. But
He's Portsmouth
think-
manager, I think, isn't he now?
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, because obviously they had Wagner before. I don't know that they got in Huddersfield, but apparently Odebeko's going to get good minutes, and as you say, we extended his contract to 2023, so Odebeko knows when he comes back if he still has a future here or not. That's why it's not too long a contract, if you get what I mean. And then we'll act on an extension if he does well at Huddersfield again. So that's one to keep an eye on, I think.
The French, is
Used
that
to
the
play for
Leon?
Fulham. Used to play for
Yeah,
Fulham, didn't
the Leon striker.
he? Good striker.
Yeah.
He is.
Did he go to Celtic? He did, didn't he, for a bit? Yeah.
He
see,
played for Atletico as well, didn't he, last
I
year?
take him all day long. I think he's a cracking player. I would have liked to have got him from Celtic before he went off to Leon anyway. So I'd be very interested if he keeps popping up, and he's popping up in positive terms. I'd take that all day long. I think he's a cracking player. I don't know about you, but yeah, all day long.
He's got pace as well, which we lack. We've got great flair, but we've not got that player like Antonio who can get in behind.
That's what I think we lack.
Yeah.
That's why when the Traore rumor started, I was all over that. I thought that would have been an absolutely brilliant signing.
Yeah. I think the problem with Traore is it would be good for us, don't get me wrong, but I don't think personally no coach in the world will ever get him to have brilliant end products. Because whenever I hear people say that, I remind them he came through La Masia, which is arguably the best footballing college in the world. And his end product then was horrendous. It's not that great now. I just feel like Traore's not got the footballing IQ to develop his game to a level for a top six side, personally.
Just because right now it is more or less a let's wait and see moment, isn't it? And I think that's what's frustrating me, is the fact that we can throw all these names around on this chat and on this video, but none of us really right now have got any kind of knowledge of each. You know what I mean? We're much the same as you. We're sat here, kind of sitting and waiting in the same way that you guys are in the chat. You know.
Yeah.
I just hope you're not sitting there waiting for us to bring you some sort of exclusive news that you won't see us.
Yeah, no, like I said, guys, like we sort of mentioned it earlier. Obviously, Alex Crowell. What has anyone seen him? What do you think he's going to offer? Everyone in the chat, get involved. But
He was,
so,
he was shocking in the Euros, wasn't he, Crowell? That's my only concern about him.
Yeah.
He was really, really bad in the Euros. But you can't judge a player on 3 games, so hopefully it ends up being good for him.
I'm hearing that we were surprised that we had a chance to grab him loan late in the window, so that's why we're rushing that one through. At least we can check him out, I suppose, and send him back if he's not good.
Yeah, I personally think he'll be okay for depth, but I don't see him being.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing. Peach was talking about, saying should we get our deals done early or not? But these are the benefits of leaving some room in the squad till the last day. Like Seema, I don't think anyone would have got him for $8 million at the beginning of the window.
Have you heard what's happening to Seema?
Brighton, 7-8 million, I heard.
Yeah, but they're not even going to keep him. They're loaning him to Stoke.
Okay, because they don't think he's ready. Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
So that's an interesting one.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, you see Brighton, they struggle to score, don't they, Brighton? They've got no creativity.
I don't know why they're loaning him. I don't get that.
Madness. Absolute madness.
Yeah, it is. It is. But I don't think you should judge players like we judged Enner Valencia on his 3 appearances in the World Cup. We thought he was going to be the best.
What happened there?
Brera, remember Brera? Brera.
We've got royalty. Are you ready? Are you ready, Peter? 3, 2, 1.
It's Gio. Gio, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
He's here.
Wee man.
Thanks for the invite, lads. How you doing?
Yeah,
good.
Mate.
Not bad. Ticking through. Part two of a 4-part spectrum.
How many hours?
14-hour day.
So, what do you reckon, Gio? Do you reckon you're happy with Kraft?
Yeah, I think he'd be a good sided. Can't say I've seen him loads, I'll be honest with you, but he wasn't very impressive at the Euros, was he? But he certainly has a good reputation, and we've been after him for a while, so we can only assume that we've done our due diligence on him and stuff. And yeah, it's a clever signing, I think. I think in terms of having him on loan and it's risk-free, allows Coventry to go get minutes, which initially I was annoyed with Conor Coventry going out on loan, but it makes sense. We then got Kral to come in and replace Conor Coventry, and he goes and gets minutes regularly for Peterborough. So at the end of the season, either we sign Kral because he's been a success, or we ship him back. And Conor Coventry has had a lot of game time at a very good level for himself as well. So I think it's win-win, really. It's one transfer, but kills 2 birds with 1 stone, really.
Yeah. As I was saying, I would have rather have seen Coventry go, like Andy said earlier, somewhere like Sheffield United, somewhere, without being no disrespect to to the sides he's been linked with, but I'd prefer to see him go somewhere of probably a higher championship quality. To really see if he could push his luck with it and see how he gets on. But if he ends up at Peterborough, then so be it. Yeah. That's where he's going, and it's just a case of seeing what happens, really.
I even think possibly if he joined Odebeko at Huddersfield, that would have been a better move, because they're doing quite well, and I feel like he'd slot into the midfield.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, you happy with Vlasic?
Yeah, again, can't say I've watched loads of him. I've only seen him play for Croatia. I don't watch the Russian league, but I think it's a good signing, because while Zuma is an upgrade on one player or one position in the team, I don't think we needed a right winger or a left winger. We needed someone that could actually come in and compete with Bowen, Benrahma, and Fornals, as well as provide some form of cover for Antonio. And I think he does that. There's not that many players out there that can play 4 different positions, but he can do that. And I think that's important. We've got to have, I think Crystal Palace second half, I think it's the first time this season we've seen a lack of competition in the attacking areas, where they weren't really on form, but there wasn't really anything we could do to change it off the bench either. So at least now we'd have Vlasic on the bench. Vlasic is starting, and either Benrahma or Bowen probably is on the bench. And it just means that we've got that option in every game going forward. I'd still like one more attacking player. I don't know if I'm being a bit greedy, but I'd still like one more, because I feel like we're one injury to any of those 4 players away from be back in the same situation as he was against Crystal Palace, where the team picks itself and we don't have enough options. Crikey, Luke, you're looking at
I felt like I let the team down last time, so I thought I'm going to get my naughtiest shirt out and the yellow tie out. I thought I'm going to go proper naughty this time when I come on. I've never ever worn a shirt in public.
Love
just
that.
to let you know, I've never.
Not surprised.
Come on, Luke, give us some gossip. Come on, who's coming in?
Well, the only one is Crow at the minute, and that's the biggest rumour. Just sitting there, all doing the same thing. I think just refreshing Twitter constantly, waiting for some news to come.
I've got to say, I am shocked about what I'm reading, that Renato Sanchez is apparently now going to Wolves on loan. I don't know how they pulled that off.
Do you think he's really that good, though? I don't know.
Yeah, well, Euros, he looked brilliant.
Let's see. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. But the thing what's surprising me is all the other clubs so quiet still at the minute. I just think from 7 o'clock it's just going to be carnage.
Yeah.
There's
going to be
domestic loan thing could really kick off late in the window, I think.
Yeah.
Would you take Dembele from Lyon? What do you think about him?
Who's that to? Me?
Yeah.
He's good on FIFA. Real life, whether he can do it in a Prem, I don't know. He's quite quick, isn't he? And strong. I did like the Turan rumour when that was about a few weeks ago. I would have had him, but Dembele, I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no, definitely. Can we get a full screen on Luke's? On Luke's, how'd you do that?
On Luke's shirt.
Yeah, let's have a look. We'll put it on Luke's shirt for a sec.
This one is a proper naughty one. This shirt.
Milesy, do your top button. Milesy, do your top button, son.
No.
I bought this shirt for like a carnival party, and then I bottled it and didn't wear it.
Did you borrow it off David Jason?
No, it's a proper naughty one. It is a naughty shirt.
No, it is. Oh, we've got another one.
Oh, dear God.
Wow.
So what? Well, you do that. I'm going to go get a cup of tea.
Oh, here we go.
I thought I'd join in.
Yeah.
Loving the shirt, Luke.
Oh, cheers, mate. Cheers.
Very, very, very
I'm taking this tie, this guy's doing my nutting.
Yeah. This tie did my nutting as well, so that one went off about an hour ago. That's that done.
Right. So,
all we need now is West Ham Fan TV to join. That's it. Then we've got a party. Proper party going there.
Proper party.
No, all we need is Peach then.
Oh, please. No
Oh, we have each other
No more.
again. Oh my God.
No more.
Hopefully, so you're having a bit of a nap, hopefully.
Yeah, he was up all night.
3 a.m. he was up on YouTube.
I don't think he sleeps.
Doesn't sleep.
Right. Has anyone's mind changed about Lingard?
It's not happening. It's not happening. I thought it was going to happen, but I don't think.
No, I think he's in two minds, and just wait till January, see what happens. I think. Yeah.
And he trained with England today, didn't he, as well?
Gio, what about you?
It's a bit difficult for me because Lingard's the only player I can get sort of information on. He's not even a West Ham player. I also got to know someone when he was at West Ham because we were supposed to do an interview with him. Then it all sort of kicked off a little bit. And I've actually spoken to him continuously through the summer because he's actually a decent bloke. And not Jesse Lingard, to be clear. It's not Jesse himself. It's someone very, very close to Jesse. And his sort of stance on it all summer has been the same, which is Man U. He said to me earlier on, he said Lingard won't get sorted towards the end of the window if it gets sorted. He says because Man U don't need to sell him. He says Man United have got bigger things to deal with. At the time, it was Sancho, Varane. They didn't even know about Cristiano Ronaldo back then. Paul Pogba was obviously heavily linked to PSG in that. And he said Man United's priority is these players. Make no mistake about it. Jesse's just going to be there. And then he said to me that, Man United could wake up on transfer deadline day at 8 a.m, decide they want to sell Jesse Lingard by deadline shutting at 11 p.m. They've got 15 million in the bank and Lingard's someone else's player. They said they didn't need to worry about Jesse Lingard. And I think the problem with Jesse is he enjoyed his time at West Ham, but he was never going to cause aggro at Man United. He was never going to put in a transfer request. He loves Man U. He's been there 21 years. He's happy to sit and wait and see what happens. And I feel a bit sorry for him actually, because I think he's stuck in a rock and a hard place really, where he's at the club he loves, but he doesn't know if he's going to get game time, or does he go somewhere else? But then he's got to leave Man U, and he doesn't really want to leave Man U. So I think he's just left it for Man U to decide. But I agree. I think it was Jazz. I agree with what Jazz is saying. I think he'll go somewhere in January, because at the minute Marcus Rashford's just undergone surgery. He's out until November. Lingard will cover Marcus Rashford, and in January they can sell him on the 1st of January. They'd probably get 10 million, Man United. They'd probably still get quite a big fee. So they're only going to lose out on 5 million. So as far as they're concerned, I think it's probably worth it to lose 5 million, but have Jesse Lingard around for 4 months while Rashford comes back to full fitness. Then when he's back fit, they can sell Jesse Lingard in January and stuff like that. So I feel a bit sorry. It's not that Jesse Lingard doesn't want to come to West Ham. It's just that he doesn't want to leave Man United, if that makes sense. It's not Man U or West Ham. It's possible to want to play for Man U, but I've also enjoyed your time at West Ham and wouldn't mind joining West Ham again in the future. So it is what it is. I would have loved to have seen him back. I think he was amazing when he was here. I would have loved Jesse Lingard back at West Ham. And I still think we might see him in claret and blue, just not yet.
It's not going to help his England chances, though, is it? If he stays there, which I think he might take into consideration come January.
But he's in the England squad.
Yeah, but if he don't play between now and January, I don't see how he stays in it.
But at the same time, Southgate massively likes players he can trust. Once you're in Southgate's sort of inner circle, you're in Southgate's inner circle, aren't you? And Southgate can sometimes be a bit reluctant to bring in new players. He's clearly trusts Jesse Lingard. He's in the current England squad as it stands. And as long as he does the business while he's away with England, I think he'll stay in Southgate's plans to some extent. I don't think he'll get much game time at Man U either, by the way, for what it's worth. I'm not saying that he's doing the right thing. I think it's the wrong thing for Jesse to stay there. But I understand why he would, especially with Dan James leaving as well. Because while Jesse Lingard hasn't had much game time, Dan James has had a fair crack on the pitch so far this season. So there is space to some extent.
Yeah, I think it's getting a bit too late now, and I can't see it happening. I still think there's a striker coming in now, though.
Silva's going to Greece, isn't he? Vander Silva.
Yeah. He's off.
Yeah. Right. You said, Luke, that if we get someone from West Ham Fan TV, we'll have a takeover.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
Hey!
Look at this.
Takeover.
What's this? We're getting a takeover, are we?
It's the Kenny Town boy, isn't it?
This is transfer deadline day. Transfer deadline day signings. Yeah.
This is this is the latest conservatorium to rival Pi Capital.
We should. Wait, let's all get our pocket change together. Let's see what we can do.
I'll put in 20 quid.
I can put in.
I think if Luke goes in with that shirt, I think David Gold and Sullivan will accept the offer straight away.
I like one of them eccentric millionaires in this shirt. Like, I'll wear what I want. Don't care.
How you doing, though, Dan? You good?
Yeah, good mate. Just obviously frantically refreshing my timeline, obviously on the Twitter, seeing what's going on, trying to keep up with it all, but really it's just gonna have to wait and see what happens when it comes to the deadline, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right.
Are you pleased with the signings so far? The signings today?
I think Vlasic has a lot of potential. I think he could be a very exciting player and fit right into how we want to play. Obviously, Zuma very much needed, and we saw that after the Palace game. But there's still key areas that we need. Obviously, a crowd could be coming in, which I think is good because we need backup in that area. We can't just rely on Souček and Rice. Obviously, we've got Noble, but it's his last season and that. But yeah, we definitely need a striker. And I was a bit disappointed that when it came out, we weren't getting the left back either from Ajax, which I thought is an area we do need covering, and that could have been a nice little coup there. But we'll have to see if they pull off a little surprise masterclass there. I don't know what's happening with outgoings as well, because we've got all these wingers and attacking midfielders, and Yarmolenko's still here.
Yeah.
The only thing I know is Conor Coventry leaving. They reckon that'll be confirmed. that'll be confirmed in a minute. But apart from that, it's all quiet on the outgoings. The rumours about Diop earlier, but I can't see him going out on loan personally. I don't know about you guys.
That would be silly. I think personally, I wouldn't like to see Diop go out, and I think this could be a season where we've got all the extra football. He can get a good amount of game time and really prove himself, you know. And I'd like to see how him and Zuma would play together. We know O'Connor could get injured as well. His injuries have started to pick up.
And the rumor is he was. Crystal Palace was the club that we're on loan from. Why would we have any interest in loaning him to an English squad? I just don't understand it. Roma's the other club. I still don't understand it, but I'd understand it more than I would loaning out to Crystal Palace. If we're going to get rid of him, you might as well get rid of him permanently. I don't see the point in a loan personally. Either David Moyes wants to keep him and try to get him where he wants Diop to be, or David Moyes will get him out the door for quite a decent sum. We'll just have to wait and see, but I can't see that loan happening.
Looks like the Vlasic deal and what would have been the Abraham deal is not too far apart in money, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I don't understand. I get why Chelsea didn't want to sell him to a club in this country. I get that. But the fact that we were ramming and ahhing over a price, you know, it looks like we spent what was it, 37?
27 plus 7 add-ons, I think. Could be 33, 34 in the end.
34 then, which, again, isn't a huge step away. It just looks like Chelsea didn't want him to go anywhere in this country.
Yeah. Hey, Jake, how are you, mate?
How are you, boys? All good?
Yeah, no, very well, very well.
I've lost my voice, so sorry for the weirdness of my voice.
Everyone's looks like Gio's got a bit of a cold. I'm suffering here.
We're all dying inside, aren't we? So, you know.
Wait, is your voice still gone from Friday from drinking?
It's still gone from Friday.
Jeez.
It's
bloody hell. So
unbelievable.
you're not going to be screaming in joy for the signings, eh?
Oh, I'm absolutely loving this. I'm loving today. I'm loving Peach being on here. I'm loving everything about this.
Oh.
It's hilarious. It's brilliant.
Peach gives us a headache.
Having such a good time.
Poor old Luke was pulling his hair out earlier.
Oh, mate, it's nice to hear different voices rather than just Peach's voice all the time.
I know.
love Peter, but it's nice to hear different voices, mate.
He followed me everywhere. He followed me from here onto my channel, then back onto here. Oh my god! But maybe he's actually sleeping now.
So we've sort of discussed Lingard. So we'll start with Gio and work our way around. How many more signings do you reckon are happening today?
One more. I think it'll be Alex Kral, and that's all. I hope there's another one at least on top of that, but I don't know. There's not enough noise, is there? There's just not enough noise at the minute, so I think it'll be Kral, and that's all.
Luke?
One, and I do think that domestic loan will get used. I think one of them could get used. I'm with Gio with there's not much noise, but, you know, like a loan deal can happen fairly quickly, hopefully. I'm hoping we use just one of them loans, whether that's Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, Origi. You know, we've said these names over and over again for a few hours, but one of them, and I'll be quite happy with that.
Jazz?
Yeah, I mean, Alex Kral is coming over the line, and I'm still got hope for Origi, I think, if he can come in. That's an out-and-out striker, and that'll be a good window, I think. So, yeah, hopefully Origi or a similar striker. I think we're a bit overpacked in midfield now, so I don't know if Ross Barkley or Loftus-Cheek will come in now. I'm not sure, but we definitely do need one out-and-out striker still, yeah.
Yeah, obviously Kral's very close. I think there's a lot of talk about Rondon, who I would take as a backup. I know he's been in China and that, and sometimes it's not always good to take people who've been from China. We know a bit about that when it comes to managers. But I think he could suit the way we play. I think he could suit our style of play. I think, and as a backup option to Antonio, I'd be happy with Rondon. I think if we got those two and then it closed, it wouldn't be a complete 10 out of 10, but it'd be a pretty good window, I think. And Lingard, I'd love to see Lingard back, but maybe that's something we revisit in January.
I'll say Kral and Origi I'm losing hope on Lingard by the minute. This morning I was confident. I woke up this morning thinking, yes, I believe we're still going to sign Jesse Lingard. I still want Jesse Lingard, that's for sure. But yeah, I'm losing my hope by the minute, unfortunately, with Jesse Lingard. Origi, I'd love him to come in as that domestic loan, as Luke was talking about. And I just find it funny with Alex Crowell, where everything died down with him, and then 2 months later he comes back on deadline day and he's signing. It's just the West Ham way. So I'll go for Crowell and Origi, I think.
Duke?
Well, I'm just having a look in the chat and literally hitting refresh on my West Ham news page, and shut up, you. The Ajax. Oh, here he goes. The Ajax left back.
Peach just walked in the pub.
Has been reported as I'm not trying to say his name.
He just swam across the Atlantic.
He looks like he could be coming in. 10 million quid. That's been reported in the Express. So I think that's probably going to be a bit of cash from the Haller deal. Probably still lying around, so we might be able to do that. And like Luke, the domestic loans. Listen, they're there as an option. Let's use them. We proved last year, or the second half of last year with Lingard, that it works if you get the right player in. I think him coming back on a possible loan deal until January, where we actually then decide to spend the money, which isn't unheard of. And then maybe Origi or Loftus-Cheek. And then we get to January, and then what we're looking at is, Lingard signing permanently. Say we do a £5 million loan deal now, 15 million outright in January. Frees up another loan deal if we're doing well enough in Europe with the knockout stages, after the new year. So, yeah, I think the Tagliafico has legs. I'd like to think. The Alex Crowell looks like it's going to be done very shortly. So, I think if we can get 2, maybe 3 over the line, I think we have a really good transfer window. And although, again, we've left it so bloody late, that's what hurts me, is the leaving it late. You look at, Leicester got Daka and Bertrand over the line nice and early. And here we are still kind of, pulling our hair out as fans. Why can't we get a deal over the line early enough that we're not going into the last 3 or 4 days of the window panicking?
No, Fabrizio Romano just confirmed Lingard won't be joining West Ham today, so
Just seen that.
that looks like that's off the cards.
All right, so that still gives us another an option for another domestic loan then. So
Yeah.
I'll take Origi and Loftus-Cheek then if they're going to be available.
Oh, yeah,
Not that I
Jay,
have much
since you've been
to
playing
say.
musical chairs, who do you think we're signing today, eh?
Who do I think is signing? Sorry,
Yeah, come on, let's go. We've been waiting for your next opinion. We're on the edge of our
I'm at the
seats.
heart of
Come
North
on.
London. Sorry, I'm in the heart of North London working. I thought, let me just quickly jump on because I just wanted to say, having a good time.
I'm in the heart of North London, are we?
Yeah, I am in the heart of North London. But yeah, I think we've had a good signing so far. Good. I think it's okay so far. I think we need a striker though. Crystal Palace buying the Celtic player Eduardo. It's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. 15 million. We should have been jumping on that. We should have been absolutely jumped on that, but we didn't.
So what striker? Who are we getting?
You know what? I think who is out there though? Really, it's only the Liverpool player, isn't it? Really, there's no one else that I can think of.
Rondon. I was talking about Rondon earlier.
Oh, get out of it, Rondon.
What about Belotti?
I agree.
Rondon. I don't want anything to do with that.
Rondon from London. No.
You used to love Rondon. What are you talking about?
No, I never did. I never liked Rondon. Don't even put words in my mouth. How dare you say that?
He's a backup. He's a backup.
No. He wouldn't be that great for us. We can't have Rondon here. I'm telling you now, he won't be great for us. He's gonna flop.
The options aren't exactly flowing, are they? Eh?
Yeah, but
you have Rondon or nothing. Would you have then?
I love Origi. All right, what's his name? Origi from Liverpool.
Yeah, what if we can't get Origi? I'm saying, would you have Rondon or nothing?
Well, you want Rondon. You just want to bring in a Benny McCarthy type player, eh?
Benny McCarthy, leave off. He's banging the goals in China, mate. Goals are goals. I don't care where it is.
Even I can score in China. Even I can score in China. I'm 26 stone. Come on, man.
Gonna score in a brothel.
Jake, I've got some breaking news for you.
Yes.
Peter has said some breaking news here, mate. That you're trying to do a deal for Amelia to appear on camera before the end of the day. Is there any truth behind this?
Listen, Duke, just take that comment off and let's move on. Come on, there's plenty of signings to talk about.
Mate, I think
controversial there.
Sky at the bottom, breaking news with deals what are being done is completed in about 40 seconds. There's nothing happening at the minute, which is still amazing me, to be honest.
With 9.5 hours to go, it's not been as riveting as I expected it to have been. Yeah. I thought deals would have been flying through right now.
The only one what's surprising me is Andy Carroll going to Reading.
Hey?
He will smash up the league next year, mate. If
Is he?
Bagfuls.
He must be taking a wage cut.
You know what? Reading are doing well. They've got Danny Drinkwater. They've got Andy Carroll now.
Yeah,
not bad for them, you know.
Is that doing well? Is that doing well?
Rejects.
It's ahead of the class that they have already, isn't it?
Is it? Is it?
Well, who name a Reading good player then, right now? Go on.
I'm just saying.
Exactly.
Washed up players, mate. I'm just saying.
Washed up. No, good for the championship.
You'd have Andy Carroll over Rondon, wouldn't you?
You know what? If he was in his prime.
I'd take
that
forward rather than Rondon.
There's talk about this Bamberg guy from Lille, but it's like, you know, it looks to be a good player, but we don't need any more wingers, surely. Like, we've got so much depth there. I'd rather not look at that area anymore. I think we could cover that. Unless, like I said, I'd like Lingard because maybe you could play him up for play him there and play Bowen or something like that. And he has proven what he can do at the club. That's the only option. But other than that, if it's not Lingard, let's look at other positions.
The one was surprising me is Moussa Dembele. That keeps propping up, but I can't see that happening unless we're going to whack a huge loan fee or something. Because I think he's even still playing for Lyon, and he's a beast in my opinion. He's still young, about 23, 24, I think. So I can't see that happening either. But Bamber, I think, has got more legs than anything else.
Yeah, Moyes likes his wingers.
He used to have a load of wingers.
I don't think we need another goalkeeper though. We just need some more backup in the goalkeeper area. I don't think we're. I don't think we're too covered there. I think, you know, scrap a striker, scrap a left back. We need another goalkeeper, I think.
Well, apparently Randolph is going. Apparently.
I think.
Oh really?
I don't.
Yeah, let's talk about Randolph going. He hasn't. He's the only player who hasn't been given an updated shirt picture.
Yeah,
an updated squad picture. Apparently, someone was saying.
Really?
So.
And Reed as well.
He's too good to be a third choice keeper. I know some people don't like him, but he's an Ireland international. He's too good to be sitting there in third choice and not getting game time. Like I would respect him to leave and go get some game time in the Championship or something. For Reading, maybe. I can go to Reading.
Everyone's going to Reading. Yeah. Me and Dan will be going to Reading in a minute.
Reading's one of the nearest clubs to me. But did anyone know anything about this Conor Gallagher that's suddenly all over, like how good he is? I mean, I didn't even remember him last year. Or was it West Brom? He just come out of the woodwork, isn't he? And he's on the stage, isn't he?
He's been
looked good, looked tidy, didn't he? Tidy, good in the tackle, good scoring goals, good player.
I actually think Palace are going to be all right this season. I think they'll do all right this season.
I think they'll have a decent season.
Yeah, if they get that Celtic boy up front over the line, which looks like it. So, yeah, a lot of players coming in. They're the really old teams,
top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's funny, actually. Palace will have more strikers than us as well, won't they?
yeah. Every club will have more strikers than us. Except Tottenham, apparently. Tottenham have only got Harry Kane.
When's Phil Jones coming in? Are we going to pick him up on a...
don't even start with Phil Jones in it. Get it. Scrap that off. Scrap that off, that thing. Swipe it off.
We lost out on Batshuayi again, mate. He's the one. Every loan.
Dad, Batshuayi, you love him, don't you?
Bat shit. Yeah.
Now, what considers after this window closes, boys? What do you consider to be a successful season? Where are you going to go with being a successful season? For me, I think if we finish 10th and win a trophy this season, I think that for me would constitute a successful season. What about you, boys, Gio?
Yeah, I mean, I think your scenario would be considered a successful season. I don't even care what cup either, to be honest with you. I'm pretty desperate. I'll take anything.
We've already got the
whether it's
Betway, Gio. What more do you want?
All right, okay. I'm a bit greedy. I want more than the Betway Cup, but I would like to see us really have a go at the Europa League as well. I want to see us take that competition seriously and have a right good go with that. I'm not too fussed about the League Cup. I wasn't that bothered about it this year before the draw, and then getting Man U away in the cup. You just think, oh, piss off. You can do without that inconvenience a little bit. Concentrate European football, and then when the FA Cup comes around, you're either out the Europa League or you're in the knockout stages of the Europa League. It's one or the other, and so you can then sort of reevaluate there. But yeah, top half table and some sort of silverware would be a fantastic success, I think. Also, if you win the Europa League, you're in the Champions League next year, so you never know, do you?
It's one way of getting in there, mate, isn't it? Dan?
Yeah, obviously a trophy would be a massive success. It's but apart from that, as obviously we're not used to winning trophies, so you're never thinking it's likely. But trophy, if we're not to win a trophy, for me, a successful season would be to have a half decent cup run and a top 8 finish. I really want to try and finish as close to where we did last season, because that consistency in the league, I think, is what we really need to start to push on, because we have this one season where we're up or thereabouts and then we're down fighting again in relegation. And I think that will do wonders. And I want to be in the Europa League next year. Watching that draw, I was so excited just to see us being in the mix and seeing when your name's going to be put out, all of that stuff. It was really exciting. And I think for us to really grow, I think having another season in this league, in this Europa League, even if we get to the round of 16 and we go out, or even if we get to the quarterfinals and go out, but to get there again and go, right, let's improve the squad even more, and then we've got that experience, then we can push on. So something like that, I definitely want to get back in that Europa League. But if Moyes gets us top 8, I still think that's good, because it's progression, and see where we can go. I've already booked up. I'm going to Zagreb and Vienna, so hopefully I'll be going to a few more places after we get through. So I'm excited.
Jake, how about you?
Dan's just took the words out of my mouth. I was going to say cup run and top 8, to be honest with you. Not much more to say. Yeah, I'd love us to take the FA Cup really seriously this season, but I want us to take the Europa League seriously. You can't have it all, can you? Yeah, top 8 for me, but I don't think we're going to do that. We need a left back. We've got Aaron Cresswell, but then people say, well, you've got Ben Johnson. Well, he's not a left back. He's a right back who really didn't look at home, and he really didn't look right in that left back position. We've got Arthur Masuaku, who's not a left back. He can't defend. If we get a left back and we get Crow and perhaps Origi, that would be fantastic. And I think we could be pushing on for a cup and top 8. But that's what I'd be aiming for. If we've got at least another 2 players 1 minute past 11 tonight.
Luke.
Yeah, I agree. Again, with the Europa League's the big one for me. It's something that I want to see. I want to see us getting late into the competition. And how nice was it last year just to be safe by like February? Even that's progression for me, to be safe that early. Get your 40 points on the board by February, and then you got March, April, May to enjoy the rest of the season, where potentially you're in the later rounds of cups or you're competing for Europa League places or even Champions League places. That was what I liked last year. We could relax and enjoy the football rather than thinking, oh God, we might go down here. That was progression for me, just being safe that early.
Jazz.
Yeah, European qualification, so that's top 7, isn't it? I think 8 you just miss out, perhaps. So, yeah, European again. We're used to it. Hopefully, we'll get a bit of taste for a reasonable run in Europe. League Cup, the draw again, unfavourable. See how we do against Man United, but that might be difficult now. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, top 7 for me, mate. Yeah, Europe again. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough, Jace.
Yeah, European qualification and a good cup run. That's all right. A lovely cup run. Could be FA Cup, be Carabao Cup, can be Europa League Cup. That's all I want. A happy days. Let's just have a good time in that top. You know, like going at fourth, going fifth, going third, here and there. How much fun was that? How much did we enjoy that? It was just absolute belter. I think this is what we should be going for at the moment. And then gradually sneaking up in there. But who knows? Who knows? Premier League as well, maybe, if we can.
Yeah, if we're going to win a cup, that would be the one, wouldn't it? That would be nice, but do a Leicester.
The way I see it is, I think the Europa League group is easily winnable, and obviously when you get through that, you don't play the losers of the Champions League, which drop down, and which means you're guaranteed another 2 games after that. And I just got this funny feeling we're going to get at least to the quarterfinals. I think in Europa League. I think David Moyes has got this team organised, hungry, and for once, like I said, I think pretty much everyone in this group, in this chat, is probably GSB out. But if we're getting these signings over the line, I know they've done other stuff, but you can't really give them stick for this window, because I'm probably like everyone else. A week ago, I was panicking.
My only concern is that we've not done it early enough. That's my only concern. Gatesy, successful season for you?
Do you know what? I would actually probably accept even a 12th place finish, providing we won the Europa League, because then we qualify for the Champions League.
I'd accept a 17th place finish if we win the Europa League.
Yeah, massively. But no, I'd probably say realistically, if we can finish top half, get at least 1, possibly 2 decent domestic cup runs going, and get to around about the last 16, last 8, maybe beyond of the Europa League. Take that all day long, mate. That's progress.
Has anyone just seen X's update at all? That's quite exciting.
No.
It says talks are ongoing with Jonathan Bamber's agent as we speak. West Ham are looking for a loan with an obligation to buy. That's exciting.
Put a smile on my face.
If that is true, that is very exciting.
Weren't too keen on him though, were you, Malsey?
No, I've got to admit, because I think what put me off more was his lack of assists and goals compared to like other players like Leon Bailey, who's come into the Premier League. I know he's not lit it up yet, but I think it was just the comparisons with Payet. They're saying the next Payet, and I think if that's getting branded around, it was sort of the same with Ben Rama last year. This is the new Payet, and look what happened to him. His confidence was drained out of him, but he's obviously a new player now, and I just hope the expectation is not high on him. But if he comes through the door, I'll be absolutely buzzing. But if Moyes, I trust Moyes. Whoever Moyes brings in, he's not got a transfer wrong so far, and I'll back him to the.
Who the hell is he gonna play? Like, that's what I want to know. I mean, you've got Fornals, Ben Rama, Bowen, Vlasic now, and Bamber if he comes in. Obviously, we've got Lanzini who can play, Yarmolenko. They're not going to be in the conversation. But out of those, it's like Bowen obviously can play as a striker. He's never really done well there, and it could look like he would be a backup striker and just a focal point, I guess. But yeah, I don't know.
Marzi, is he more of a winger? This guy, looking online, some information on him.
I think so.
God, we got enough of him.
He's predominantly a left winger, but he can play right. He can play second striker. He can play he can play a number of positions. But the thing for me is that he's in some publications he's been given the tag the next Dimitri Payet, which I think is a little bit of pressure that's put on his shoulders before he's even walked through the door if he comes.
That's Ben Rama, isn't it?
Well, that's another story.
My only concern, though, right, with that is, as I mentioned earlier, so you've got Crowell that looks 90% done as a loan deal with an obligation to buy, but we've already got Areola in with the loan, so that's our 2 domestic loans, 2 foreign loans out the window. So it's either going to be Crowell or this Bamber. So somewhere along the line, something's something's not making sense.
Someone was saying it's 4 foreign loans, 2 domestic in it. So we've done
Oh, okay. I didn't realise
thought it
that.
was
No, I didn't know
2,
that.
got
I didn't
2
know that.
left.
Yeah, 2 Premiership and then foreign ones.
What
Zuma's
Dan
gonna
was
get-
saying though is true. It's if you've got all them players to pick from, opposition managers are going to have a nightmare thinking what West Ham team are you coming up against, which is a good thing. It is a good thing as well.
Yeah, it's the thing. One thing I hope is what Moyes doesn't do is rotate from game to game like he did with Ben Rama and Bowen last season. You know, we'd see Ben Rama come off at the 70th minute for Bowen. Then next week Bowen would come off at the 70th minute for Ben Rama, and none of them could get a consistent run of games. And that's what I hope we don't see. You know, like, oh, here's Bamber, and then next week Vlasic, but you know what I mean. We just see that we're in enough competitions at the moment where we can try and get people consistent game time while still keeping things fresh and rotating. Yeah, very interesting to see what he does. I think Lanzini might play a lot more as a centre midfielder as well in some of the other games, some of the cup games as well. I think he's looked good there. So,
Like he did, was it the Burnley game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He came in and did that in the Burnley game and looked really bloody impressive in my eyes. So that'd be interesting to see what comes out of that.
you know, the big thing I'm hoping is that we're signing these other players, that we're looking at players now, which gives us options against teams that sit deep, and we've had trouble breaking down, because that's where we've really struggled. When teams are sort of attacking us, we're able to find more space, and we have a lot less problem scoring. But when teams are really, you know, sit back and defend deep, we have trouble breaking them down. And I hope that's what Moyes is looking at options to really unlock those teams. So fingers crossed.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people forget as well, Moyes has got so much experience in Europe football, and with Everton especially. I think, like you said, also I think he's understanding how we're playing now as well, and he's got it right now. Exactly what you just said. You pinpointed what you said now. And like you said, if we're getting all these young talent in now as well, I think that's his motto now. Is more younger talent, isn't it? And building from there now and onwards. So it's a long-term project, and it's working so far. So good on him. I think we got to give him a,
I think the way we play, we're going to be
exactly.
okay for Europe. The way we sit back and hit teams on the break. My only worry is Fabianski and Dawson are my worry. I think they're struggling a bit, you know. So I think Areola should come on, and hopefully Zuma will be in the team, because Dawson's a very good squad player, but week in, week out, I think it's going to be a bit up and down with him, I think.
Yeah, I think, like you said, Jazz, he's catching up on him. It really is catching up on him. And you can tell he's slowing down a bit. You know, how old is he now? He's about Dawson.
He's 31.
31.
31.
But he's slowing down a bit. But you know, he's still putting in the shift in. So
it's a great squad player, but Zuma's a level above. I think he's a level above. So
yeah, exactly. It's the next level now. Yeah.
That's the area we needed to really address, because we're banging in goals for fun, but we're leaking in goals. You know, we've scored 10 and conceded 5 in 3 games. So if we can tighten that up, you know,
and David Moyes won't like that. David Moyes would be fuming that we're conceding all these goals, because you know what he's like. He would much prefer a 1-0 win to a 3-2 win. Do you know what he's like? He clean sheets and all of that. That's why he's probably looked at it and said, "Look, we can score goals. We need a bit of squad depth in our attack. We are struggling in defence, so let's bring in a top quality goalkeeper, a top quality centre back." I don't know whether he's still looking at a left back or not, but he's been smart, as he always has been with his transfers. And but I just hope he's looking at a left back, and hopefully the time's ticking. Hopefully he is looking at a left back, because we desperately need one.
Well, you say that about the left back, Jake, and it was just on the chat that it seems to be that we're having issues with the paperwork for the Ajax player. That seems to be what's holding up that deal, allegedly. And again, it's only we're only going by what, you know, the bits of information we're getting in the chat. We're only going by, you know, what comes up on certain
Fax machine's broken down, isn't it?
He's in Argentina, isn't he? He's in Argentina. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's in
proper
Venezuela,
David
isn't he?
Gea.
Oh, is he?
Here's,
Oh.
here's a question for you then, guys. Obviously, with all of this that's going on, and then we don't go out and get ourselves an out-and-out striker, is that what's on Moyes' mind? If Antonio, and let's be honest, more than likely will, if he picks up an injury, is that? Can you see that that's how he's expecting to play and go forward?
I feel there's this everyone needs to play this false nine now. This is like the new thing now, the new in thing now, and everyone's just trying it out and that. And it's a bit risky.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it, to be fair.
I'm
I'll
not
be
a fan.
interested in
I'm
what
really
Gio
not a
thinks of it, but I'm not a false nine fan. What do you think, Gio?
I get it if that is his plan. Obviously, he's not really had success with out-and-out strikers at West Ham, has he? To be fair, we've only had Sebastian Haller. He's had a little look at Mipo Adebeko and not being impressed by him as well. But his two successes being Antonio and Anavic. I can understand him Moyes just thinking unconventional strikers are the way to go. But I also would like to see another striker in this squad because, like you said, what we're going to do when we come up against sometimes Antonio, as much as I think he's now a striker and he's scoring real strikery goals and stuff, there is sometimes you can tell he's not a natural striker. Towards the end of last season, I think he was wide left too often as well, and you could just do with a guy just in the box, really. And while it works for Antonio, there's no guarantees that someone like Jared Bowen or that is going to go up there and do the business like Antonio, because he's a beast, isn't he? It's not just the fact that Antonio is a winger converted striker. The guy's got the best physical attributes in our squad. There's no one else who can come close to him. It's not like we're putting a similar player to Antonio up front there if he's injured. We're putting, assuming it's Bowen, someone a lot weaker than Antonio up front. I'm not convinced it's going to work as efficiently as it will with Antonio. So I'm a little bit worried because, especially seeing that Antonio is obviously going to be playing for Jamaica as well. You know, I assume that since the Premier League were blocking redless countries that he wouldn't go on international duty, but there's a bit of a loophole, which is all right. Well, we just won't play him in those fixtures, but we'll play him against Panama, the one fixture he can play in. So they're calling him up just to play one game against Panama and stuff like that. I'm a bit worried about the Antonio situation, and I'm a bit disappointed that we're not getting a striker in, unless we get Bamba in. But if I'm honest, don't really know enough about him to cast any judgment.
We have played Bowen there, isn't it? And it hasn't really worked. He hasn't really worked out. He's sort of been just there as a focal point, but not really effective as a striker.
No,
So,
he's played there for Hull as well, but every time he played there for Hull, they'd move him back to the right of a front three for a reason, which is that is his best position. If he was better as a striker, Hull would have played him up front. He was their best player. They would play Bowen in his best position. So if he was best as a 9, they would have played him there, but they didn't. They used him there as and when, then moved him back onto the right ASAP, essentially. I'm more worried. I think we'll see Yarmolenko a lot more than we think this season. I do think we'll see Yarmolenko a lot more than what we anticipate.
as a striker,
yeah. I think we will. We don't really have any other option. I'm not saying I like it, but I think we will see Yarmolenko a lot more than what we perhaps imagined. He came on. We needed a goal against Palace, and he took Yarmolenko on, didn't he? So that's a bit of an indicator. Whether it works or not, risky.
Do you see Okoflex featuring a lot this season, or do you reckon he's going to be a in and out like Hodubeku? I think he's got a different kind of confidence compared to any of the other youngsters who have been given a chance. I just wanted your. I'm not going to say I went to see the under-23s play at Southend. I obviously watched the highlights, what come through, and the team just looked. Even all the other players, Longello, for example, Ashby. I'm very excited about our academy again. I don't know about you boys or.
One sec.
Yeah. Anyone want to go?
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like
what was going on.
Jazz. Go on, mate. You go first, mate. Go on. You go for it, mate.
Oh, anyone?
Oh, am I going for it? You going for it?
Go on, Luke.
Right, yeah. All right, yeah.
Go on,
Now,
Luke,
Okaflex, I liked him, or Okaflex, however you say his name. Celtic, I thought he was brilliant, direct. A little bit lucky with his goal, but I quite like him actually. I think he's quite direct. It'd be nice to see him maybe in some of the Carabao Cup games. Keep calling it Carling Cup. I like him. I do like him. I think he's got a future at the club. I like him.
Yeah, I think with the young talent that we have at the moment, Carabao Cup is the most. I think getting them starting in that is important. I think, to be honest. So the more the merrier. To be honest, I would say in the Carabao Cup. To be honest, let's just have fun with it. Really, I know we got Man United first, but let's just go for it, man. Just put the youngsters out there, and see how it goes.
I think Stuart Pearce said that with the Carabao that they was going to play the team that they think could win the game, but not necessarily like the first team. They're going to try and play squad players, but still put out a team that they think can win the game. Which is, you don't want to just completely just dismiss a cup competition, especially since we ain't won nothing. But
we in the Johnson Paint Trophy one as well. Still in that one.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, Jesse Lingard to score the winner in that game for Man United.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. But that's the thing. Like, the thing is, if he did just go and play youngsters and we got smashed in the Carabao, I wouldn't be too mad because we're in the Carabao Cup every year. We can always have a go at that. But we're in the Europa League. We're now often winning Europa League. So whatever happens, that's the be all and end all is we need to see how far we can get in that.
Do you think we should concentrate more on FA Cup?
Champions League.
No.
What, FA Cup than Europa League?
Not Europa over Carabao Cup,
Well, obviously, it's
bring more stronger team on that.
Yeah. Fuck Carabao.
I think.
Sorry.
For me, I think Moyes is going to attack the Europa League early and try and get as many points as you can on the board. I think even probably 10 points probably wins you the group, between 10 and 12 points. So if we get that out the first 3 or 4 games, obviously, I think the other 2 will start to embed the other youngsters and give them a go. But I think we're ready. But it's just, I just don't want the fans. We need to subsidise that we're not going to get the results in the Premier League if we're going to go strong in Europa. So I think it's just getting that balance right. But for people who were there on Saturday, I was just very impressed with the fan base because 2 years ago, I think we'd be groans, etc. But I think that the fan base is just so buzzing to be back as well. And even when it was 2-2, the fans were amazing, and I'm just completely over the moon with it.
Yeah, France were good, I thought. I mean, I wasn't at the Leicester game, so I couldn't compare that between. But that's the loudest I've ever heard it in there. I wasn't at the Leicester game, but Crystal Palace, that was loud in there. Loudest I've ever heard. But yeah, it sounded fantastic at Leicester. But yeah, the fan base was obviously coming back. Newcastle away, that was brilliant up there. The atmosphere we made up there was fantastic, and we just seem to be loving life.
Absolutely. So what's the outs?
There we go. That's what we want to see.
It's going to be one of those today, isn't it? It's like with Zuma. It's on, it's off, it's on, it's off. Here we go. It's not happening. It is happening.
But we've just got to pay the money for the Czech national team to do the medical and send it over. I don't see what the difficulty is. I don't know whether it's just reporters trying to get a bit of clickbait or something like that, because why would they say it was 90% done this morning? I just don't believe it, to be honest.
Yeah. Like the Vlasic, he never travelled to London. The medical's all done abroad, all done remotely.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Same with Zuma, wasn't it? Yeah.
Is there? How do you feel with regards to this international break? Because I don't know. I think England got 3 games as well. I just hope Declan Rice is not used in all 3 games again. Like, I remember he played in the friendlies before, and I know he looked a bit knackered on Saturday, and that's the bit what's starting to worry me. I don't know about you, but maybe the extra signings gives them that license. But even Soufal and Souček, like, they played a lot of games in the Euros as well. I know it just proves the quality players we're buying, even Fornals, but I just don't want players going on international duty, getting completely burned out, and you see the likes of Greenwood, for example, or something, playing 30 minutes because Man United have told him so. I don't know about you boys.
Yeah, it's a bit of a concern, isn't it? Like, if players are getting overplayed. I mean, it's on Southgate to start to rotate anyway. Like, he does seem to like to play Rice a lot. But you would hope that in these games, like he'd want to start to have a look at some other players just to know what options he's got and not just stick Rice in every single one. So, yeah, hopefully that he gets a little bit of rest over that and he isn't just run ragged because we need him, especially if crowd doesn't end up happening. We really do need him.
Do you think because Rice is captain, he will never be taken off? Because I thought he looked a bit leggy. I'm not saying like the subs that we had on the bench, but even the likes of a Conor Coventry, I know he's not had that much of experience, but you'd think he could have come on. He passes the ball very well, or do you reckon it's a bit too early for him?
What do you think?
Anyway,
It's one of them. Like I feel like you could. With him, I think because of it, he offers so much sort of defensively and offensively. You don't want to sort of take him off, and then you're opening up our midfield in a way and exposing it. You know, if you do bring on, say, Noble for Rice, or Lanzini for Rice, you're leaving us a little bit vulnerable in the midfield, especially since that they was already causing us quite a bit of problems in the midfield with Gallagher and Chiarte. I think tactically it wouldn't have made so much sense, even though it wasn't his best game. Still, he's got the ability, isn't he? But yeah, I would hope that Moyes doesn't think, yeah, let's just play him all the time and never take him off because he's the captain. There's times where you just got to manage the player and say to him, take him off and say, look, mate, look, you're playing a lot of football. I want to just keep you fresh. Like it's nothing to do with you. Explain to the player basically.
Does anyone know this comment? What Richard's brought up? I sort of know a bit, but I don't want to give any false info. I just know if anyone knows more info about it, or is it a bit of a grey area for you guys?
I think you get like an extra 2 hours to sign the player. You basically, as it says there, you put in your intent to sign document. You've got to have that in before 11 o'clock. You've got to have that submitted to the FA before the deadline. Could be wrong. I think it's 2 hours extra you get. So then you would get until 1 a.m. to get the paperwork completed then. So it gives you a few extra hours. It's nothing groundbreaking. You don't get too much longer, but you get a few extra hours just to get the transfer done. And also you can sign a player pending a medical as well. So that thing about the Alex Kral stuff, you can overcome that. If you then put something into the FA, say that you want to sign Alex Kral, everything's done, here's the deal, pending a medical. If he fails the medical, then you don't have to sign the player. It's a bit risky because you obviously then need Spartak Moscow to agree to that as well, because nobody wants a player in limbo. But I remember West Ham tried this a couple of years ago, didn't they? It came to transfer deadline day, and it was one of them windows where we didn't really sign anyone, and the sort of excuses got rolled out that, well, we had a deal agreed with this player, we were just going to get the medical done. Then everybody started quoting the rule book back to the club going, well, hang on a minute, you didn't need to get the medical done before the deadline, you just need the actual paperwork. And it was one of them where you just sort of, the club exposed themselves a little bit. So yeah, we could still sign Alex Kral. And that, I think it's 2 hours that extension gives you. I could be wrong.
Yeah, still plenty of time to go. There's why people call us We Tried FC, isn't it? Because the club do want to look like that they're trying without actually, while doing the opposite, while trying not to sign certain players. It's like, if they just think that we're trying really hard, then they'll get behind us, and we won't have any protests and things like that. Whereas, like, if the window's just shut now, I think we've signed some good players, but I think overall it'd be a bit disappointing because we've got an opportunity now to really kick on this season and really build on what we did last season, and that needs investment. And Moyes deserves investment based on what he's done. So they can't just pass up this opportunity and go, okay, we've signed a couple of good players here, that should be it. No, we need to really, really build. So I'm not going to be hearing about any of this, we tried that, because as Gio said, the fans aren't stupid. We can see through it.
The thing what's surprising me is there's still 9 hours and 10 minutes to go to the window shut. I don't know about you, but it just seems like anything can happen. Like they're saying like Lingard's off at the minute, but say for example Bamba or Kral falls through, I'm sure if we offered 15 million for Man United at 7 o'clock, I'm pretty sure we might have enough time to get it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Loftus-Cheek, for example, the later it goes on,
Yeah.
I can see one of them coming through.
Yeah, that
Do
always
you know what?
happens,
I really thought Loftus-Cheek had I mean, when I saw Loftus-Cheek, he looked really positive when I see him at Fulham. And I've just had Fulham fans all day tweeting me, like tons of Fulham fans going, "What are you talking about? He was terrible." And I was like, "Wow!" Like he really.
All
Someone
right.
someone I know who said the thing about him, he flatters to deceive because he makes it as appear as he's very active without actually having any end product or doing anything meaningful in the game. But I would still have took him as a loan, but not for the prices that it's that 10 million loan fee and 130 grand a week. Like it's ridiculous. Players like these now who play for these big clubs, who get put on these big contracts and are just surplus to requirements, need to start thinking about taking wage cuts, because you're not, if you're really serious about your career, you're going to have to do it at the end of the day. You're going to have to drop your wage demands. Like the Jack Wilshere complaining he ain't got a club. No club wants him. No club wants you on your wages, mate. You know, have your wages reflect where you are as a player right now. And if, you know, take 30 grand a week. If you're serious, that's what you have to do. So, take whatever a club are willing to pay you to play, and you'll find a club. So
Jack's he's embarrassing himself on the media. You know, he just, I wish I never left Arsenal now. And I'm like, God's sake, you know.
Yeah, Arsenal wanted him out. Emery wanted him to go. What's he talking about?
Wrong one. Sorry, boys. As you know, thanks for. I just want to say again, I know Gates, you put it in the private comment. Thanks for everyone coming on. I know it's not really exciting at the minute. I think even Sky Sports News, we've got it on there. They're trying to make it exciting, even going to all different reporters. But the reason why we're doing it, there's nothing there. So, but the reason why we're doing this is for Isla. So, if you wouldn't mind, gents, I know. Thanks for your contribution. I'm just going to do another tweet, and even if we raise £100 for Isla, if you wouldn't mind just liking it or retweeting it when I do it in a sec, and anyone in the chat, that will go a long way. Even £100, like I said, that could save Isla's life. Do you know what I mean? So
everyone in the chat donates £1 each. There's £109 going there.
Yeah. So no,
there you go.
It's amazing. And this deadline day, I'm sorry if it seems like we've got everyone here in the chat, but literally there's nothing going on. There is nothing going on.
Even though decent big transfers to other clubs, there's nothing at the minute.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's already been done, and we've spoken about that, and there just doesn't seem to be much else going on.
Dan, sorry mate, we've got a question for you. One sec.
Yes, that one.
Well, this is news to me.
I don't know why. We're plugged in.
Great. That's breaking news. I didn't even know this. Graham's battling COVID.
Oh, come on.
All I know is he had a birthday yesterday.
I'll tell you what, something interesting. This is interesting. If you go on the official West Ham website, so if you go to whufc.com/, if you basically go to the first team squad and then put the player name, put /Musa-Dembele, there's a page there. It says you're not authorized to access this page, but it doesn't return like a 404. You know, like a usual, like you put in the wrong URL.
It don't exist,
yeah, it doesn't say that. It says you are not authorized to access this page. That's interesting.
Oh,
so there's like a page for Musa.
And he is trending on Twitter.
Imagine that. If they just pulled that out of nowhere, man.
That would be huge. that would be absolutely massive.
I tell you what, we're going to have more French internationals than English, I think, the way we're going. We're turning into old
We're going to be like Arsenal 03, man. Arsenal 03, 02. We're going invincible. We're undefeated so far. This is going to be our invincibles, guys. Invincibles.
There you go.
I'm not going to read too much into that. Not going to read too much into that about the website, though, because it wasn't too long ago that Jesse Lingard had apparently signed on loan via the Premier League website because of a glitch on their website. So I'm not going to read too much into it yet.
I've just sent the link to Andy, Dan, and Jazz so they can have a look at it themselves. If you look at the link, it is genuine, and then you click on it, it just says you're not authorized to view this page. It doesn't say anything. It doesn't say this page doesn't exist or anything like that.
Which implies that there's a page there to be accessed.
Yeah.
But we're just not authorized to access it. Very interesting. Men's first team. Imagine that they was like, right, we've signed him in seat. Let's make the web page. Get the web page made, guys. We've got him.
Can you imagine right now someone's sitting there fuming because it's been leaked on Forge Iron's YouTube channel while they're working in the background in secret.
We're gonna get sued.
It's for Isla. It's for Isla, guys. Listen, just give us the exclusive. Just come on, let us announce it through this stream. That would be nice. But that would be, listen, mate, I'm going to be keeping my eye out for that because I think that would be, he's been linked with a lot of top clubs over the years. So I think that would be a good, really good signing. Of course, crazy.
These are the sort of players we need to be aiming for, aren't they? Like I said earlier in the stream, or on part one earlier, you know, you got a side like Arsenal, Tottenham, that are so much in debt at the moment. You know, that don't start. The numbers that are rumoured to be banded around is that they're like £1 billion in debt because they've not had fans in the stadium and the NFL cancelled yet. They've gone out and spent close to £70 million on 2 players. And here we are, you know, with it 2 million on Dawson last year. You know, we finished higher than Spurs in the league. If we're going to want to progress and go forward, we do need to start spending and bringing in quality. Keep shopping at Poundland, that's all you're going to get.
Yeah, Ings is a bit. I know Gio will back me up on this, but Ings was a big miss. Villa obviously gone. Aston Villa didn't even really need a striker like that as much as we need a striker. We need a striker a lot more, and yeah, that's a bit of a missed up. Considering we're in Europe as well, when he wanted to play European football, that's a big miss.
To be honest, Dan, I thought with Tottenham thinking Kane was leaving, I thought Watkins was going to Spurs. I think that's why that deal's happened, and I think now Dean Smith doesn't know how to play both of them together. I think, but
finds himself in a bit of a predicament. Yeah.
No, it's mad, and like I said, guys, for all the 123 people watching, there's literally no news. We can't even give news on other clubs. There's literally nothing happening, and it's mad, to be honest. But I think that
I would like to see what the chat think about Rondon, right? I would like to see what they think about Rondon because
121 people in the chat. Put your comments, yes or no on Rondon.
Yeah, that's it.
Like as a backup, if we don't get anyone like you would take him. Jace is massively against. I don't know what Rondon's done to Jace. I don't know what he did to him, but he's so against it. You muted or something, or it's your voice.
Oh no, I'm not a fan of him.
Not a fan of Rondon.
Okay, so we've got one saying take him as backup. I think we've got six no's and a couple of vomit emojis.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go.
I used to love him. I loved
Russ.
Rondon. I used to love Rondon at Newcastle. If we got Rafa Benitez as Rondon, I'd 100% be up for it. I think he was a beast at Newcastle and West Brom. But he's gone to China, and you just don't know what kind of player he is. No one watches Chinese football week in, week out. We don't know if he's any good or that anymore. He's only 31. He used the word only because not old, is it? So he's still got a few ages on his. He's still got a few years on him. So perhaps Rondon, he's someone I could get behind. If
Moyes works that Moisey magic on him, you know, Moyes and Rondon, I think could be a good match.
I think the amount of Moisey magic on there, mate, will not work. I think it will not work.
We'll see.
I would have took Troy Deeney for a year.
I actually would like to have Troy. I think Troy Deeney would be a nice little
20 minutes off the bench. I think he'd be a
nice little thing for us, you know.
Is injury prone though, isn't he? Troy Deeney.
But
you can say Rondon's has been spending a season in China. Deeney spent a season on TalkSport. Like, come on.
No. Listen, we have Troy Deeney. He's that you know that he's that vicious guy. You know what I mean? He's that.
How many goals and assists did he get for TalkSport?
That type of villain that you'll need, you know, to play for us. You know, give us a bit of oomph. Bring him on in the last couple of minutes, wax it in, bang, goal.
Wax it right in, eh? No, we do. You know, we do need a plan B. I think that is the big thing, striker-wise, is we need someone who's another dimension. See, look, Gio's disgusted with that, with your take on Dini. He's just left. I agree.
Gio's had enough.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like, forget this. I'm
He's
gone.
like, what am I hearing here? What am I hearing? But yeah, we need a plan B.
Maybe Gio's
and
gone.
we need to
Maybe Gio's gone to Scotland to get some players. For
answer my DM on Twitter. What did Gio say? I missed it. I can't remember. I know he said a lot. I don't know. It depends on what you're referring to, John. About because he said a lot. He said Rondon is amazing. Jace don't know what he's talking about. He's a complete clown. And
and he talked about Dembele on the website page.
Dembele actually seems to be picking up some real traction on social media as being the one that we're.
How much do you think he's worth, Dembele?
Well, I look on transfer market, but when I look at that,
25?
25, really?
25, is he? I like Mitrovic
apparently
for
they're
ages.
They need money.
Fulham.
Yes, really.
We'll see what happens, but is anyone because there's no transfers? Is anyone going Man United away in the Carabao Cup? 8,000 been allocated. Anyone going?
What's that? Anyone going to the Man United Carabao Cup? We're going Portugal. I think the very next day, aren't we, Jace?
Yeah,
that's the day before Portugal. So
nice.
We're off for a lads' weekend. Lads' week. Damo, Dan.
I know why you said that. I know why you put that in there. I know why you said that.
Yes.
But it is a lads weekend.
Rondon's 31. 32 next month.
30. Oh, he's getting old, Dan. He's getting old, Rondon.
32 next month. 32 next month in a couple of weeks.
Oh, he's too old. Too old now.
Too old. Antonio's older.
Yeah, but Antonio's a legend there at West Ham. He's a god.
I'm telling you, Rondon at West Ham.
I think that's good. That's picking up.
What was it? What was it? The guy that was at the striker, the Sparta guy. Was it Sparta Moscow? What's his name?
What?
Abdullah.
Oh, what? Simmer.
Yeah, Simmer. When was that?
He was linked with another club, I think.
Brighton for 7 million and then being loaned out to Stoke.
Why? What? I don't understand that. Why would they do that? Brighton?
Oh yeah,
they
Brighton. Brighton looks like Brighton, isn't it? Yeah.
Everton.
Why would he loan
London as well? Yeah.
Yeah, it
Really?
doesn't make sense.
Even Stoke City's going for him as well now.
Yeah, this is a player we've been linked with, and like I said, other players are getting that. You know. Listen, his agent's been in touch. He's like, listen, you need to.
That's why Dan's going to Portugal now. He's booked it.
Yeah, that's it. It is. That's how I got it. Had a little payout from the agent. I'm like, Rondon. I'd be very interested to see him at West Ham. But we got to get a striker in. Come on, there's options there.
Yeah.
If Simmer's available, if flipping Rondon's available, if Origi's available, get the flipping
I really
striker.
think we should try and steal the Crystal Palace Eduardo one. I think we should try and steal that. Get in there.
Is it
last
not done
minute.
and dusted yet?
I think he's having a medical and that, so it's still not confirmed. But
Jeez.
I think we should really go for that. Really go for Eduardo.
Yeah, try and hijack it.
He's a bloody brilliant player. He is.
He weren't so brilliant though when we played Celtic, was he? Though.
Yeah, that was a friendly, wasn't it? So.
Oh, okay. Just saying. Rondon was always brilliant.
You know what? If they get him, maybe we should get Benteke in.
Oh.
Get Benteke on as well. Give it a go.
Right.
Final chance saloon for Benteke.
This guy loves Benteke. He absolutely loves Benteke.
Final chance saloon for
Benteke. Rate Rondon. You know what? Benteke was Crystal Palace's best defender on Saturday.
He was.
He plays well against us, doesn't he?
If we do loan out Diop, let's put Benteke in centre back. Much more use there and up front. It's
Jake,
absolutely-
if West Ham sign, every time West Ham sign a player today, I will do a Zambuca shot. There you go, just for you, Jake. Live on it.
There we go.
We bought 1-9 in the morning, didn't we, Vlasic?
Yeah, you were
Oh, there you
backdated.
go.
Jordan Hugel returned.
Yeah. He's gone. Did he go No, he went West Brom. Middlesbrough.
QPR, wasn't it?
No, he was at QPR before. I think it was West Brom. Yeah, West Brom he's at. Yeah, he was. Moyes, right? How can a manager who's got so many transfer signings right get that one so wrong?
They'll let Charlie do
He's now, though, isn't it?
What's that? Yeah, there was. I'm telling you, there's some dodginess going on there. No, what legally cover me in, what do I? Whatever I need to say to legally cover myself, allegedly or whatever. Yeah, dodgy, man. Very dodgy. That sign. 10 million for Hugo. Shocking.
But there's literally nothing. Like Sky have got that desperate. They've got Jamie Carragher now live because there's literally nothing happening.
I mean, it's weird. It should be really busy today, really, when you think about it, because we need some players. We've left it late. Spurs need some players in. Some of the other clubs, you know what I mean? And there's a few clubs that have left it quite late. Man United need a defensive midfielder.
I think around about 6 or 7 o'clock, then everyone starts throwing in bids and that because I think people are desperate and stuff like that. So, certain teams might need the money or something. So that's when they start throwing in.
Man City need a striker. Man City they might go for Rondon. They need a striker though, Man City, and they ain't dressed at that. So a lot of teams, I think it's going to be like you said, Jace. A little bit later on, it's going to start to go mad.
Yeah, so people start panicking.
According to that, he was on 154k in China, Rondon.
Oh,
well, we won't be paying him that.
There you go, Dan. There you go. You're gonna chip in for that.
No, wait a minute, because maybe he signed before. They brought in the wage cap, didn't they, in China? But I don't know if that affected existing players.
Yeah, well, they've got around that, haven't they?
Do you know what? Could you imagine Payet came back? Because the ultras might run him.
Would you take him?
Yeah. Would I it'd be? I'd rather just stick with Benrahma really, because I think Payet, he's still a good player, but at his age, I don't see. I'd think it'd be a bit of a pointless move. We've missed out on his best years.
But no, it's just literally there's nothing. Arsenal got another.
Oh yeah, they're signing the Japanese player Arsenal, taking their spending up to 155 million.
Unbelievable.
Kroenke trusts that process.
Leon are in talks with former Bayern Munich defender Jerome Boateng. That seems to be about the most exciting news that we've had come out.
That might mean by them signing that player, Dembele will have to come to West Ham somehow.
Somehow that all affects it. Yeah, it's mad. It's a mad one. Like I said, teams are spending. Like I said, Arsenal have spent more than anyone else. Aston Villa have spent a lot of money. We've got to be doing some more movements. And then, like I said, I don't like to rely on. We'll wait until January to sign this, that, and the other. But yeah, who knows? Maybe Lingard could come back in January.
You know what, though? I think maybe we are signing quite a few players, but we've just got some hot shit tight. No one can get it out, these rumours or anything out. That's why it's so quiet.
Moyes did want to crack down, didn't he, on the leaks? That was one of the big things, and I think we've actually done better than this time. I think we aren't as leaky. There are still some leaks, but we're not as leaky as we used to be. There have been a few.
Breaking news. Here we go.
There you go. There's your big.
We're off to Sky Studios for the evening show.
Oh, I would love that. Bring on Peach as well with you as well.
Reece Nelson having a medical at Feyenoord.
Okay. Slowly coming through now.
Bloody, I think you guys should have done what the Sky do and just randomly stand outside a football ground and hope that you see a player drive past.
Duke's going to take over. I'm going to go to Dartford Football Club, just down the road, and just like stand there and do a report from there. I think.
Yeah.
Roma are now interested in Diop. Apparently, that's got some traction.
Roma in for Diop. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, well, you know what? Mourinho really did rate him a lot when he was in the Premier League, when he was at Man United.
That could be interesting.
150 million they've spent, and like you said, they're on a beat on a backup team.
When you look at their players, you just think to yourself, who's going to do it for them? None of them, those players, are going to do it for them. The Arsenal. It's shocking. It's shocking. It is.
So if you think about it, yeah. So we'll put it in the chat as well. Who would you rather, Areola or Ramsdale?
Areola any day. Areola over Leno. Like he's better than any of their keepers.
I'm shocked by that. I'm shocked by these players that they're buying.
Naby Anthony's better than their keepers. How have we got?
They should, Randolph.
Yeah, they should, isn't it? They might as well take it. Leno is horrendous, man.
I think Leno's already poor.
This is the thing with Arsenal fans is they when they sign players and early doors, they overrate their players on such a level and put them on such a high pedestal. Is that when they don't live up to that, it really exposes how bad these players are. And it's the fans. When West Ham fans, we don't get too overhyped early with the play. We like wait and see. We're excited to sign them, but yeah, that's us. Who's had the best deadline day?
Do you class Ronaldo as the best deadline day signing? Do you class that as a?
I'm not having that. They haven't signed him on there. They've had him wrapped up for days, mate. They've had him wrapped up.
Yeah.
I had my say on Ronaldo earlier. I don't think he's going to be this set the league alight again player coming in. I think he struggled at points. I think he struggled at points last season for Juventus. I think we'll see. I've given him a 4-year deal apparently.
He put out bigger numbers than Lukaku though. I think goals and assists.
He did, yeah. He was one of the top goal scorers.
Yeah,
but Italy's a different league though. It's a very, very slow. Slow.
I think you'll be able to bring some of the youngsters through a lot better, and I think some of the youngsters might. And I pray to God this don't come back and bite me in the arse. So we might have to hide this video if it starts to happen. I think the younger players may end up carrying him a lot further than he carries them next season.
Wow.
That's
hot take.
What I've just seen, I just thought.
Yeah. What?
Berahino back to Sheffield United.
Wow. Do you remember when we were linked with him?
Yeah. What a crap signing. What a crap signing. Why would you go near him? He's finished.
We're just still
that's bad. You've got to set up for on Berahino. He's gone for a lot.
Come on, look at him. Look at his career. Look what he's done. He's tried to get a move to Tottenham, and all of that sort of stuff, and tried to have a tantrum and protest his way into that. Didn't happen, and then he down tools, and he's never the same. I'm trying to think. What was the club he was at? The last club when they got relegated, he did absolutely nothing. So, yeah.
One thing on Twitter that's just come out. Apparently, Jonathan Bamber's got the same page that Gio was on about, like the West Ham official page access denied. Bamber's got one as well as Dembele.
Oh, there's something going on here, mate.
Everyone, go and check if Mbappe's got one. Let's see.
Everybody's now putting on Twitter. There's one for Bamber too. Bamber's got one. So,
what would you do if a bid came in from Mbappe? Dan, what would you do?
What do you mean? If we bid for Mbappe,
what would you do?
I'll be like, they're obviously bidding it.
It's not anything else, is it?
It'd be one of those, like, let's just bid for it, knowing that it's never going to happen. But if we got, I was sitting there thinking,
they might accept 50 years of £2 million payments, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I do fear for Antonio's hamstrings. I really do fear for them. Every game, you're just waiting for him to just go and pull up. But hopefully, his fitness is better this now. Hopefully, he's sorted it.
Yeah, but they were saying that he's on a new a new regime and stuff like that with the medics and that. Apparently, they're treating him like differently from the other players and that. So to keep him going for as long as he can, which is good.
Because if he can stay fit, man, he's going to be in the 20s goal wise.
Definitely.
I thought we could hit 20 this season quite comfortably. He started the season so well. If we can keep him fit, he's going to be scoring goals for fun.
Oh, can you imagine this? I said this yesterday. How funny would that be?
That I would love it.
Oh, there'd be meltdowns, wouldn't there? Absolute meltdowns.
I wouldn't go to bed. I'd just be on Twitter all night long. Looking at the Spurs
refresh reading.
It'd be the best thing ever, man. That because that fucking oops, sorry for my language. That message he wrote.
It's fine. We say a lot worse on here, mate.
Oh right, just because it's pre-watershed. But yeah, no, that message he wrote to the Spurs fans about, I was gonna leave, but then I heard the fans and how you supported me, so I decided to stay for you, and they all swallowed, they all ate it up, like a bunch of idiots that they are, and believed it. But that's obviously not what happened. He just couldn't get his move. That's why he stayed.
Who's coming in then? Rondo?
Jordan Mendes, right? You can't stand that Jordan Mendes.
Why not?
One of the agents that just is greedy, and he's literally taken over Wolves now. He's literally the whole of Wolves is based on him now. It's a joke.
Yeah, he's turning into Portugal FC.
That shouldn't happen at all. He's just literally has taken over a Wolves football club, and it's a joke.
Yeah. When we go to Portugal, Jace, we need to try and sort it out. We need to try and
we're gonna go find Jordan Mendes and
we're gonna beat him up.
We'll sign for him.
Yeah, I would.
I would as well.
Yeah, I hate you. Yeah, you are the ultimate sellout. You're the ultimate sellout.
Does anyone, I don't mind saying it, but does anyone want to say what the latest is? Jake, do you want to go?
Oh, crikey. Well, the latest, where'd you start, Jesus? The latest is that Moussa Dembele and Jonathan Bamber have got a unauthorised, we can't see it, webpage on the first team West Ham website. We seem to be edging closer, as that seems to be our catchphrase this transfer window, edging closer to Alex Kraut. About 3 hours ago, we were 90% of the way there. Hopefully, there shouldn't be no more messing around with that. Hopefully, that should be announced. There's talk of Diop making his way to Roma or Palace on loan. Lingard's not coming, and we've signed Nikola Vlasic, and nothing more has happened, really.
Yeah, not much, not too much. It's all in motion. Everything's in motion.
Thank you, Jake.
That's the thing.
This is a good point from Steve 50. I think they should.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you on there. It's an absolute these agents are getting. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting how much they're getting. And that.
Yeah.
What was it?
Having to pay an agent.
What's that Dortmund player name? What's his name? Haaland,
yeah.
Haaland. His dad needs to get 25 million for any deal that happens. He does. And then the agent gets another. An agent will get another couple of million as well on top of that. That's just how crazy it is. No.
Could you imagine, like, if you go to a job, right, and they go, okay, here's your salary, we're going to pay you 30 grand a year. And, okay, I want 30 grand a year. You got to give my dad 20 grand.
Yeah, you got to give my dad 20 grand. What?
Well, just because, isn't it?
So I always forget his name. So who's the agent of Pogba and all that? I think he's like
Mauro Rano, isn't it? Or something Rhinos.
Fine.
Why not?
He's
Ronaldo,
made
yeah.
a fortune, isn't he? Absolute fortune. It's a joke.
I think he's like one of the most richest agents. Something like that.
Yeah, super agent as they call it. What's happening to our old agent? What's his name? Willie McKay? Not
Willie
McKay,
McKay.
is it? It's the other one.
Willie McKay.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
He's doing all right.
To be honest.
He's doing all right. Yeah.
Oh, mate. Suppose he ain't got us any players in the door this season. We usually get all these ones, do we? No, Will Salthouse. That's it.
Salthouse, that's the one. Yeah, Salthouse. Yeah.
I don't know, I'm thinking there is someone called Willie McKay. I'm trying to think who it is again. But Salthouse, yeah, get all these players in.
Willie McKay had what was his name? He had what was his name again? The one that I used to love. That player that I used to love. What was his name? Picky on. He used to have Picky on as he
Wow.
he did.
I remember that guy. Wow.
Good old Freddie Piggy, huh?
Yeah.
Freddie Piggy on.
What's Loic Remy up to these days? I think we could still get him in, couldn't we? I've been waiting for that transfer for about 10 years. I've been waiting for that signing to happen.
How old is he now? 34?
I think you could
Perfect
sign
age.
him for Thames Ironworks now, to be honest.
34.
Sign for Thames Ironworks now.
Just a bit of news on Bamba. Apparently, I've just put it on Twitter, and Bamba's unfollowed Lille, his current club, on Instagram. So it's just these little signs that I seem to.
Oh, he's unfollowed them.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just what I said. Yeah.
Remember, I started to follow West Ham Jace.
Come on, we need more wingers. Let's have some more wingers in this club.
He's been listening to Full Schreier all day.
Who else wouldn't? Who else want to listen to us
What
all
else is
day?
there to do? You know what I mean?
There's nothing.
Honestly. I'm all going on the telly, is there really?
No,
We've got some.
yeah. So apparently, Kral's agents now in London continuing the talk. So looks like the medical might be being done in the Czech Republic. So yeah, it's mad.
Yeah, no, hopefully he has a good. I think everyone judged him too much on like the Euros, and I think where like everyone knew that we were linked with him, it was like right, let's all hyper focus on what Kral does, and I just don't think you can really judge someone too much off of the Euros, just performance in the Euros. But either way, we need that backup, so I'm happy with that signing.
Yeah. No, there's nothing. Just trying to check. There's only so
Yeah,
much.
I'm literally just
There's literally
What is it? Refresh.
The Sky at Tottenham's training ground. Adama Traore, they're showing him now. I can't see that happening today, personally.
Is he at the? Is he? What?
No.
Traore's at the training ground.
No, they're just trying to prize him away, but it doesn't look like Wolves are going to give him up too easy.
Yeah.
I keep saying it. I know he can't really finish, but if Moyes worked on him, imagine Antonio and him up front. Though. It is ridiculous, isn't it?
The problem is he's got absolutely zero end product. Like it'd be a handful for defenders, but he wouldn't get a ball in the back of the net. Like I mean, some of the goals he's missed this season, the chances he's missed is horrendous, absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, let's hope he keeps it that way. If he doesn't, let's hope he keeps it that way.
I reckon that should be a part of the medical to sign for West Ham. You've got to go and eat pie and mash. If you don't like it, you don't sign.
Doesn't like liquor.
You're done. Bloody. But I was really disappointed that Zuma didn't do the "Come on, you Irons." I'm always interested to see how foreign players, how they say it. You know, we had João Mario with the "Come on, you Irons."
And then irons, irons, and the.
Yeah, that's always something I'm always interested to say, but he didn't. He was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do it."
Yeah,
something like that.
I thought his announcement of his number was good as well, and he really spoke well in the interview, and I like that. The fact that he said that he's impressed with the club and stuff like that, which makes it very exciting.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. The little shirt number thing. Did you see that? Where they did the little sand thing.
Yeah, that was brilliant. That was.
It was very interesting. Someone said that they put more effort into announcing Zuma's shirt number than they did announcing Vlasic.
Vlasic.
They just sort of put a link up to the website.
He
like,
just
oh,
got
he's
a
signed.
copy of, he just got a screenshot of a picture of him, innit, from the Croatia.
Yeah, yeah,
and
exactly.
on West Ham on top of it, and that's it.
He's signed. Yep, he's done. There we go.
Oh, here we go. Here's an update from our good friend Nicolo Shakira, or however you said it. Alex Crow is almost done to West Ham from Spartak Moscow, on loan with option to buy. Ready a contract until 2026. No surprise here since the last June the 4th. No idea what he's on about, but he's saying it's almost done. But he said Tagliatelle was done yesterday, and that still hasn't happened. So
Tagliatelle.
Tagliafico,
That's spaghetti, isn't it? That's the type of spaghetti.
Isn't it? No.
I'll call him Tagliatelle until he signs. Then I'll respect him and call him Tagliafico.
No, I was like that with I can't remember what player it was that I was just saying their name wrong, and I said, look, when I'm not going to bother until they sign. Then I can't remember what player that was. I kept getting. We never signed him, so.
Is it like
This is very interesting, yeah. So obviously, with regards to the names and the backslashes, look. So tried it with Tammy and got the same method. Tried it with Lookman and got page not found. So they must be players who we've had talks with, and they're getting stuff ready then. For the
so they're like, let's have it ready in case they sign.
Oh, right. So it's really much to look into then, really.
I mean, it tells us that we are trying to sign Dembele, then, doesn't it? We're talking to him.
Yeah, I think Egg said we're talking to a couple of strikers now. So a striker's going to come in if it all works out.
It's going to be an intriguing couple of hours.
Do you think a striker will come in then? Do you think?
Yeah. They're trying, but whether talks break down, knowing us, I don't know. But we do take so long getting deals over the line, and
agent funds, agent issues. That tends to be
I can't see us moving quick. Well, you're going to have to move quick.
Yeah, they've got a few hours. Well, I've got to 11.
Yeah, I think a striker's going to come in, hopefully.
I think around about 6 or 7, like I said, then it will start coming in.
Who are we being linked with, Jazz? Who is it? Who's the strikers that are being ballooned around?
Dembele and Bamba.
Yeah.
In France, the talks are hotting up. Dembele linked with West Ham. Yeah.
I swear, if we get Dembele, that would be a fantastic signing, because that would
out of the blue.
Is it the French geezer?
Yeah, I think a lot of these foreign clubs, they're really skint and they're desperate to get money in, aren't they? It seems like.
Yeah. Really hit them hard, hasn't it?
Yeah. Someone like Edouard, 14 million, they reckon the fee now. It's dropping every bloody hour. 7-8 for Seema. Yeah.
It's good because they try and rip us off so often with the Premier League tax. Like they'll sell to each other for cheap. As soon as we come in, it's like it's like Anderson and that. 45 million. Whereas he's never no one else would ever have done for 45 million for him. Same with Haller and that. So I don't have really much sympathy. It's about time we get some fair prices from these clubs.
But the Tagliafico expert on Twitter an hour ago. Somebody asked, is Tagliafico not happening due to wages? No, the price of the deal. Well, 12 million was ballooned around, whether they were asking for more or less, but I didn't read up in that rumour anyway.
I couldn't see Tagliafico being on high wages anyway, really.
No.
He seemed like 30k, I think. I think.
Yeah, I doubt he's on massive wages. Get a few million for Yarmolenko. Stick it towards it. They must owe us some Haller money, surely.
Surely, yeah.
Right?
That's what someone said. That's what someone said, that this could go through because they owe us some money for Haller, and that could help the deal. But I'd like to see him come in, but who knows? No one does.
No, I'm sure Yarmolenko would smash it in that Dutch league. I know for a fact. In fact, you're
trying to sell Yarmolenko here.
Yeah, he can listen. Let him euros. He got players of euros.
Awful, yes.
I'm just having a
Stick him at left back. We'll get Tagliatelle. They can get Yarmolenko at left back and see how that works out.
Oh yeah. Then they'll be wanting to go back the time to tell you.
It's a lot of possibilities out there today, and I just hope that we take the best options. We get the best possible players we can get, and we can actually have an exciting season where we're at the games and we see it all in person. And I'm very excited, really. And now it's like,
go on.
What's that, Jake?
Twitter's almost taking a little bit of a turn now. People are all positive, and now nothing's really happening. People are getting a bit agitated and frustrated.
It's like that, though, isn't it? Because you're almost like on strings from the media and all of that, because they'll throw out going, oh, all of this is happening. Everyone's like, yeah, brilliant, Moyes magic, and the GSP, they're doing it. And then they'll be like, oh, none of it's happening. No, it's all a disaster. Then it'll be back. It's literally the media have got everyone on strings. And that's why, like, we was guilty of it, me and Jace, with the Zoomer stuff. We recorded 3 videos.
I saw that, yeah.
We recorded 3 videos. Yeah.
I've done 2 videos from Milenkovic as well.
No, like, we recorded 3 videos in a row. Like, we was recording the Zoomer video to say he's coming. Then it was off, so we was like, shit, we're gonna have to go and say, it's not happening. And we was like, bloody hell, it's not happening. And then during the end, it was like, oh no, it's gonna happen. We're like, okay, it looks like it might happen. It would. It was.
And then you said we were just uploading it, and now they said it's back on and off.
Yeah, as we was up, so I had to record, add it on the end. No one watched the ending bit, so everyone was saying in the comments where we've gone in at the end of the video and going, oh, looks like it's back on now. What's going on? But everyone watched the video and was like, oh, it's back on. It's back on. It's like, and was like trying to mug us off, but.
I think it's a Duke to Palace. That rumour's still flying around on loan. I don't know.
It's getting a bit of traction, isn't it?
Yeah.
We sent them enough players, Palace, and what have they ever done for us? What have Crystal Palace ever done for us?
Give us Benteke for free.
Fucking Benteke. Of all the players.
This is what we're talking about. We're in Europa League and we're talking about Benteke and
hello. You wouldn't have Benteke in Europa League helping us out. Huh?
Yeah. Helping us out how? What, carrying the bag?
Get the headers in. Bloody Benteke, mate.
What are you talking about? Of all the players you could have Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Benteke.
Forget Zaha. We don't want Zaha. Let's have
the next FIFA show, I'm putting Benteke in the West Ham squad.
Right, the Football Insider, probably the worst source out there, has said West Ham are now in the process of finalising Alex Crowell's loan move to the club. And the deal will include an option to make the transfer permanent for a fee of 17 million quid.
Not too bad if he works out. Not too bad.
Right.
Considering when we were linked with him originally, it was talks about 25 million initially.
Yeah. He's got European experience as well. The same as Suchek and Soufal. Like they played well. They even played against like Chelsea and people like that, and I just think he'll be another great signing. And if he got that same energy and impact as both of them, we've got another great signing on our hands.
Oh, Vlasic's fantasy football price has been revealed at £6 million. For those of you that are still playing,
I'm still playing just about. I got about 20 points in the first week, and I packed it in, but I did all right last week.
I haven't played because I would have probably stopped playing by now, and I recognise that. I start and never ever. I just drop off after a few weeks.
Right, I'm gonna have to shoot, lads. Go and try and find a guest for my show at 4 o'clock. I got to find someone now.
Oh, bloody hell! Yeah, let's all go.
No worries, Jake. Take care, mate. I'll speak to you later. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Cheers, guys.
See you. Bye.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He's such a legend, isn't he?
He's really good.
The way he pinpoints. He's really clear about he's all the transfers and everything. I like that, man.
I know he's on it. He's on point.
He's so on point, man.
That Brighton guy, Basuma, he's a ready Rice replacement, isn't he, next season? But God knows how much it costs.
What's happening with him? Because he's been linked with a few clubs, Basuma.
Well, cheeky Spurs are going around offering stupid bids, aren't they? They're offering around 35, 40 for him, I think. I don't know what's going on. They're doing Wolves was heading for Traore to keep banging on with him, about 20 million, 25 million bids.
They're so desperate to get Traore. I know he's a decent player. He's a handful. I said no end product, but I don't know why they're so desperate for him. But like you said, Basuma, who knows if Brighton can keep hold of him and we do have to sell Rice next season, that could be someone then we can go on and Arsenal and Tottenham to, that player.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people after him.
Yeah. Well, I think, if we can pay the money.
I love Billy Gilmore. He's a great player, isn't
he? Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's one of those Chelsea obviously fancy him.
Yeah.
And want to keep him in the no chance.
They've done well, Norwich. They got him and Williams from Man United on loan, didn't they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the sort of Dan James for like 30 million to Leeds? That's a mental one.
25, I reckon. Yeah.
25.
Yeah.
No, I'd be breath to find out.
Yeah, I think we could possibly get Lingard in January again. Yeah, I think if I was him, I wouldn't sign another deal with Man United. He'd be mad to do that.
He's got to be further down the pecking order now, surely, with the arrival of Ronaldo, hasn't he? He's got to find himself pretty much right on the fringes now.
Yeah.
You got Ole saying that if he'd been fit and no COVID, then he would have started the season as it was. He was on the bench. Surely now he's got to think that he's got to be right on the fringes now of a first team place. Surely there's no way in the world he can consider himself to be in with a shout now. Ronaldo's like joined, because you got Martial in there, you've got Greenwood, Rashford, Cavani.
Sancho,
yeah, I just don't see
Pogba, Fernandes. Yes, it's mad. They got a lot of players that in and around them positions.
I don't do fantasy football, but someone says they have 252 points. Is that decent?
I'll have a look, see how many I've got. I'm top at the moment. Hang on, let me see.
Oh, all right.
All right, guys. You have to get
that.
I won it last year. Let's have a look.
We haven't had any subscribers.
I got 244.
Oh, 244. You're behind the Lakey EU there, Jazz.
I've got Antonio, Benrahma, Salah, Fernandes. Barnes is the one who's let me down. Mr. Leicester Barnes, he's let me down.
Rondoni's going to Everton. Would you have taken? Yeah, I would have, but
apparently he's asking for too much money, Everton. I don't know if that deal's going to take its time getting over the line.
Yes, it's an interest. Wasn't Richarlison supposed to be leaving Everton? He was supposed to be going Juventus, wasn't he?
Well, I'm not sure about him.
They got a deal for Keane over the line, wasn't it?
Oh, Keane, that's it. No, Richarlison, where was he going? Was it Inter Milan? I'm trying to remember. Or was it Real Madrid?
PSG.
PSG, that was it. So, yeah, really strange. It'd be interesting to see Nketiah. Apparently, Eddie Nketiah is not leaving Arsenal. Deal broke down with Palace, which means that if he stays at Arsenal, it'll be available for free. Now, I wasn't someone who was overly excited about the prospect of signing him, but the possibility of getting him as an option for free in the summer, we can obviously talk to him in January and sign an agreement with him to come in the summer. So that's something that we could potentially look at as an option for next summer, is Eddie Nketiah for free, and his wages won't be that high either. So
that'd be a good signing for Newcastle on loan. Chowdhury, I've always rated him as well, but that's another one taken. But I agree with this comment. Lookman, Daka, and Steptoe. That's a lot of pace.
You lost a chance to sign Demba Ba. He's gone to a Swiss club now. 36.
Demba Ba. Yeah, no.
Free in January. I don't think you will get him for free. It'll probably still cost us about 15 million quid. Even in January, we're still going to end up having to pay. Oh, that's unfortunate.
We should train him with Serie B club.
I wonder where Sacco is. Let me search Sacco. Where is he?
In French League 2.
He's 31. Oh my God! Okay. This team's in Africa. Hang on a minute.
What?
Yeah, he's gone down big time. He was at Swiss club, didn't score any goals in 8, and then he's gone to a club. It's a weird name, Arta Solar 7. Who the hell are they?
Wow. According to this, Lacazette There's no plans to sign a contract essentially with Arsenal, and his deal expires next summer.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah, 28, 29. I don't know how old he is.
Lacazette, so he could potentially leave for free next. Yeah, and he could potentially leave for free next summer. So very interesting.
The Djibouti. Oh, he's playing in African league somewhere, Sacco. Yeah, he's gone downhill now.
Yeah, it's a shame. I loved Saka.
Sorry, Dan, to interrupt. We've got 145 people watching. If you are new around here and you consider subscribing, you like what we see, if you could, that will take the channel to another level. We have gained how many?
To the next level.
Video, subscribe to it, and touch the bell.
Yeah, touch
we
the
haven't
bell.
done that for a while, have we? Touching the bell.
Yeah, if you touch the bell, you get notified when we're live on the telly.
And we've got another 2 of these to do after this.
Yeah, we are here till midnight. You doing anything later on West Ham Fan TV, Dan? Or
I think we are doing something for like the last couple of hours. So it'll be seeing if there's any last minute things come in and giving us a review of them.
Yeah, no. Use smash it. Your subscribers are slowly going back up again. You had that sort of like steady, and now you're picking back up again.
I think it's we're back doing what we do. Being at the game and got our usual content back going. Like that's what we're sort of known for, is being at the grounds and at the games and being and filming stuff together in person. So that's I think really helped.
It's just a massive turn. Like obviously I've done a fan cam as well again on. It's just such a massive turnout on your fan cams as well, isn't it? But everyone having their say, it's mad, isn't it? I know for editing and stuff, it's a killer for you, but you're still.
Yeah, I've never seen the queue like that long for fan cams before. We usually have a good number of people, but that queue was mad, and it never seemed like it was going down. But thankfully, we got Dom to upload them for us while we did post-match pints. So I have to give him a big shout out, because I would have been there. My thumbs would have been burning.
Yeah, this is probably a silly question, but anyone who hasn't, do give a like and subscribe to West Ham Fan TV as well. I've put the link in the chat. If anyone wants to go there, they do fantastic content, and it's the traditional Friday night pint is my highlight of my week. Fuck EastEnders. Ryan won't like me doing that.
You may see Pat on there though. Sometimes you see Pat on Pat Butcher. Positive Pat.
Positive Pat.
You see making a proof, but yeah.
You going Southampton away, Dan?
Well, we're seeing what's what. Like, we're going to see who's going in that. I've got to talk to the lads, but I like Southampton away. I do enjoy it. I like the ground as well, and it's always usually a good game. Southampton away, and we usually do well there. So I'd definitely be up for that. I remember when we went and signed Font, and we signed Jose Font, and then we played them just after, and he was singing Jose Font, "Hey Baby," and the Weatherspoons and all of that, giving their fans stick, and I think we won that one.
Yeah, no, really weird for me is obviously I get my tickets normally off people who can't go. I've got a few people I know, but I actually entered the ballot, and I've got the ballot to help my points up. But they've took the money out my account, but not notified me yet. They took the money out my account on Friday, so I don't know what's going on.
Oh, I forgot to do that. I need to do that away games, because
have you got your Europa League home games yet? Your 85.
Yeah,
they're all done. Deadline today, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, no, that's
done. I just done mine today. Yeah, I was at deadline today. I didn't even know it.
Today. Yeah.
Jace was on hold. I don't think he'd done his, but.
It's fantastic. It's a fantastic. To be honest, like I'm band 5, so I can't really grumble. I paid 60 quid for 3 Europa League games, and I'm buzzing. Do you know what I mean? It's so cheap, really.
I had to pay bloody 85, so it's going to be good. I'm hoping. I think tomorrow they announce if away fans can go in Europe, because we've booked our flight and hotel for all the away games. So,
oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, we was like, do you know what? Because the prices for the flights and are going to go through the roof, like if it does get announced. So we went and booked it, got that all done. Once that happens, then we're good to go, buzzing.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think out of all those countries, I'm going Austria next week. That's really easy to get to. The green zone, 2-hour flight from Heathrow. Really, I saw prices for Vienna next week. I think it was £30 from Stansted if you're not fussy. Yeah,
Nice.
really good.
Yeah, that's the one I'm looking forward to the most. The Zagreb we think we've got it bad with our reflex, right? The Zagreb stadium looks horrendous. You need binoculars.
Oh, really? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's like massive running track around, and so all the seats are really far from the actual pitch. So
yeah, most of the European grounds are like that, aren't they? Abroad.
Yeah, I mean it's like worse than the Olympic Stadium in Rome. It's so far.
Right. Any more developments? Any? I can't see anything.
Mate, literally, Sky have got no developments. Literally, every time I look up, they've got an advert on because they can't.
The only one that we've had lately that involved West Ham was Nicky Maynard has signed for Travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing new in terms of.
I think when we used to have that gym guy on, they used to make up a lot of bullshit. That was really entertaining, wasn't it? Like, we're hearing this, we're hearing that, isn't it? So it just made the time go past.
But like I said earlier, though, gents, I'm just happy that none of these. I know X is giving us updates, but they're solid links. It's not like if it's at that latter stage, nothing's getting leaked, and I think Moyes is taking a huge credit for that, and it's just making our life a lot easier. I don't know about you.
Yeah. I think that is. I think part of it is that there are less leaks. Moyes, when he came back, that was one of the first things that he said he wanted to start to clamp down on is all the leaks. So yeah, I don't think we should necessarily view a sort of the lack of activity as nothing's going to happen. You know, I think it's just things that could be getting done behind the scenes and no one's aware of it.
I thought Liverpool would do a lot more. They're a bit quiet, aren't they? Liverpool.
Really shocking. Really shocking. They won. It's like you win the Champions League, you win the Premier League, and you don't capitalise. You don't use that money. To go right. Let's build a dynasty here.
What do you guys think of Lookman on the way to Leicester? He was kind of okay, wasn't he, last year with Fulham?
Yeah, he was good.
I don't think he's taking penalties for him though.
No, that's we've got enough problems with people taking penalties at this club. Last thing we need is another one. Yeah, we're gonna miss bloody Noble for that. But I've been saying just put Ben Rama on it, put Bowen on penalties. Some of them like. Why are we having Antonio take penalties? Why are we having Declan Rice?
I still think Creswell Dan will be a decent penalty taker.
Well, yeah, Creswell is one of our main dead ball specialists. Right, he's our set piece taker. Why not? Liverpool deciding over Bowen. Do you know what? If the right price came in,
what's the right price?
I'd say 20 mil. I would 25 mil. I would take it. Like with the players that we're bringing in, he is the one person where I'm trying to look at. Okay, where does Vlasic get in, or if Bamba comes, like that's the one spot where I look at and go, that's up for grabs. And if Liverpool come in and was to give us some money, I wouldn't say I like Bowen, but
that being said, in the chat, actually saying that, we've got a user there called Cows who looks like he's a Liverpool fan. He said they've signed all their major players up, apart from Salah to a long-term deal. Needless to say, it's been very expensive and no incomings, unfortunately. Cows, what's your opinion then on Liverpool looking at Bowen? Is that something? What are your thoughts on that for us? Obviously, you've Shaqiri on his way out. Is he an upgrade on Shaqiri? I personally think he's an upgrade, and I think I agree with Mark and with Zach there. I personally think 35 would be where my head would be turned for Bowen personally. I think he's going to get better as he goes on. But that's me.
Someone's updated Bamba's Wikipedia to current club West Ham.
It's happening.
Yeah.
It's happening. But
The option Palace surfaced again.
I can't see that. I really can't.
I can't see why he'd go. Personally, I can't see why he'd go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Again, would he be first choice there? And let's be honest, he's not been solid, has he? So, you know, would he oust any of them?
Yeah, no, there's literally nothing.
It's dirty, isn't it?
It's like even other teams we could talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Like a transfer, but we don't know nothing, and it's. I don't know.
Brad there says Bowen would cost 35 to 40. I'd probably go, 35 would be my limit. Clayton says it. Robert says, did we pay?
No, we paid
20 million. Yeah, that's what I mean.
20 million.
30, 35.
Yeah, I mean, this is. It's a tough one, isn't it? Like, it's not something where I would be like over 10 million. Like, you're gonna go, nah, because we obviously if we want to really start to get more players in and really improve other areas that we desperately need improving on, like left back, like striker, we're going to need some investment coming in. And if we can shift someone who, let's be honest, it's going to be difficult for him this season, I think, to be the main man in that position. There's a lot of competition.
I think
We could move him on, get a bit of money in and strengthen elsewhere and have a more complete team, a more balanced team. So maybe taking the hit of a few million of what we would like, you know.
Right, so breaking news: Keeper Moore has tested positive for COVID. So any transfer is sort of going to be out of the question now. He's been linked with a move away from the club with Cardiff needing some money. So that's
with us, wasn't he?
He's been linked with us. Yeah, he's been linked with us as well. So another player, COVID. People still think, I know we're going off the subject of football. People think COVID's gone, but there's so many people isolating. Like, I think Scotland have got like 6 players missing or something because of COVID. So I don't know if that's going to stop anything.
Yeah, not much.
More news on the Bamba front. Just saying that apparently his agent is now in talks with people at the club. So that's the first time I've actually heard something a bit more concrete than we're interested in him. That his agent's actually now in conversations with the club itself. So again, I can't find anything on the Premier League website regarding foreign loan deals. I did have a look earlier, and it says you can actually only have 2. Yeah. But that's 2 loan deals, full stop.
Really?
But I couldn't. Well, that was more under Premier League, not.
Could Bamba be Bowen's replacement? Maybe in January. I don't know.
Well, this is it.
Don't upset me, Jazz.
No, I know, but just the way things work out. Dupe, I don't know. Is he going to go Palace on loan? I don't know.
It just doesn't make sense, does it, for us to bring in all these wingers and not let anyone go?
That's the concern. But then is Moyes looking to do his typical David Moyes thing like he's done with Antonio, like he's done with like he did, with Arnautovic? Is he looking to take Bamba and turn him into that striker? Is he looking that Vlasic might be the same, like I said earlier on the stream? Got it on decent decent comments that he sees that he can do with Vlasic what he did with Arnie. So I mean,
maybe
I don't know. It'll be an interesting one to see.
Croatia's manager said Vlasic deserves a bigger club than West Ham.
I see that. Yeah, well, Croatia deserve a better manager.
That manager managed Al Hilal, so I guess that tells you everything you need to know.
yeah, exactly. Al Hilal. Who did they get? Oh, they got
Pereira.
who we wanted to sign.
Yeah, Pereira.
Yeah.
Oh God, he's one I wanted actually. Weird thing happened with him. God.
Went for the money. Went for the money.
Same thing with Oscar. Do you remember Oscar? He left at such a young age to China, didn't he?
Yeah.
He retired, didn't he? Oscar?
No. He's available on a
When
free.
he moved to China.
So is Sturridge? He's still flying around free transfer somewhere. Someone wants him.
Literally, I know.
Have you seen the Vlasic song on Twitter?
No.
I saw it, but no one said what it sounds like. Like I just saw the word.
I don't know what it sounds like either, but it was quite funny.
Yeah, what's the song like? You got to say what it's to the tune of, otherwise
Yeah.
we don't know how to sing it.
Yeah, it goes. What was it?
Go back, Calvin.
He goes.
Just a
He's
few more hours
Croatian.
and we don't have to hear Lingard plus 20 million for Rice. No.
I just clocked you're in a pub. I didn't realise that.
Yeah, my pub.
Duke manages a pub.
This is my pub, yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I only just noticed what you was in like a study or something like that.
Yeah, it's my double behind us. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, a few
That's
people
why
have
the
them,
noise
didn't they?
We've got a fan club, Dan.
So wait, what was this song, this Vlasic song, by the way? Because you was going to tell us.
It goes. He's Croatian. Sigurdsson's on probation. He's the best in his nation. It's Nico Vlasic. That's what it was on Twitter.
Yeah. Bloody. That's crazy.
Still rumours. We'd like to point that out. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
So the song says it's a song.
He's allegedly
I
on
was just
probation.
repeating what was said. Emmanuel Emenike. He was something else. He was.
Oh God.
FIFA and Football Manager. He weren't as good in real life.
Mega.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Get French Football News reckon that Bamber will not leave Lille today, but I don't know how it's in that.
Someone pretending to be Romeo saying that Man United are advanced to sign Declan Rice immediately. Now there's an official bid on the table. Still 100% agreed, but not advanced. Rice wants to leave.
No,
Yeah, they haven't got his thing right, have they, bastards?
I think we should panic, lads. I think we should panic now.
Absolute nonsense.
If they were to come in, right? If they were to come in and they were to offer, 130, 120, 130 million, you'd have to question whether the club are in their right mind not to, because that's a hell of a lot of money that you could use to strengthen. Not now. I'm not saying now. We don't have the time now. But if it's the January and someone came in with 120, 130 mil. I'd consider that we could do a lot with that sort of money.
We could. I don't think we could do anything in January with it necessarily. But if we got Crow, maybe he gets us to the end of the summer, and then you go and get Declan Rice's rule replacement. You know, he's going to go eventually. We know it. So unless we win something.
The thing is, he's worth at least, and I've said this numerous times, he's worth at least £30 million a season to us in league position finishes and cup runs, at least 30 million quid. So over the course of his 4 years of his contract, because he's got 3 years on his contract plus a year that we can extend it by, so he's got 4 years left on his contract for us. That's 120 million. If that's the minimum you've got to be looking at. Because that's where he's going to help us finish in the leagues and the cups. That's minimum.
They need him, Man United. That's the missing piece. So I can see him coming back in for him.
Yeah, I think I might agree with him. I think I agree with you on that one. That he is their missing link.
You know, so it's going to be very interesting.
That Clayton's right there. I've read a lot about this guy.
Hang on 1 second.
Come from.
That's nice saying that from a Liverpool fan. Do you know what I mean? To say, I think a few people are admiring the way we're playing football. It's just think the Zuma and Hariola, I think that's just a missing piece what we need, because we're breathtaking going forward and we just need to tighten up at the back.
But again,
Coventry is not going to Peterborough anymore.
Oh,
Coventry to
really?
Peterborough off. Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Bloody
Not
hell.
sure the Prowl, but it's off.
Wow, interesting. I wonder why. I wonder what's
Did you
happened
say
there.
Crow's off?
Yeah, off. Not
What's that?
Crow's off. Crow's not. Sorry, Crow is not off. Crow's not off.
Coventry to Peterborough.
I'm going to throw something at him in a minute. Through the screen. He rocks up here in a couple of hours, I'm going to hurt him. Just so you know. It's that foul mouth he's got.
Talksport are saying GSP are getting a lot of sticks.
No, no one's
Oh
talking
God!
about
Why don't you just shut up, Jim? Fucking hell.
Absolutely none of us are talking about GSP. Across the board, I've not seen anything on Twitter either.
Sullivan just keeps on texting him like, "Give a shout out
That's
to me, mate."
You know what? And
Yeah.
that's what that is, isn't it? They're trying to deflect.
Yeah, and they know that it gets a rise out of West Ham fans, so they know that's easy clicks, easy retweets and shares, interaction, engagement. They're so pathetic.
No, let's just have a look. It's Talksport Live at the minute, because you can see it on YouTube. I want to see it.
But the thing is, every time we get some set of fans that will like bite and go on there and stamp their feet, scream, shout, moan, whine, and it makes the rest of us look bad.
Yeah.
Seeing as they've got us talking about the board, as well, they have. What's your take on them? Is anything? I'm not saying I forgave them or anything like that, but do you think that? I think they deserve praise when they do. I think if we pull off another 2 transfers, I think they deserve a bit of credit. Or do you reckon it's all noise?
I think personally, if we get Corral, Zuma, and the wing, I'd still only give it a 6 out of 10 window. I think we need a striker desperately. I really don't get why we're not going for a striker. I don't get it.
Yeah.
No, I agree. You got if they do everything that we want them to do. If they get the striker in, we get Crow in, whatever. Look, I've been very vocal against the board, but I'm always happy to give credit where it's due and say, okay, in this instance, they did good. They spent some money and they got him in. I'm no problem giving credit where it's due and criticism where it's due. But I'm not going to sit here and say we was all wrong. Look, they came through and we should have just had faith in the board and all of this crap. No, like we've had years and years and years of like poor windows and lack of investment. So yeah, I'm going to bend over
I
back.
just saw this comment. Oh no, not that one. Sorry. This is a Liverpool fan. That's a very good point.
I'll make them right.
And that's from the outside. Do you know what I mean? We can sit here and say that all day, but the fact that other teams are seeing that. If we get 2 more players, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. If we get a striker and Crow, I'll give an 8
I'll be at a 9 if I'm honest. If we can pick up another 2.
Yeah, but
or even I said we needed 5 players back in March, April time. I said we needed 5. If we can pick up another 2 or 3, I'll be buzzing at a 9. I really would, and I'll be buzzing because if it's Moyes doing the signings and it's Moyes doing his due diligence, then they're the right signings. They're players they're not just players that are going to fit into a playing style. They're personalities that are going to fit into the dressing room, and that Moyes takes care of all of that. That's what he looks at. He doesn't just look at the fact that they're players coming in to play for a team. He looks at what kind of influence they're going to have, what kind of imbalance they could create within the squad. So, if we get another 2 or 3, or 2 at least, I'll be buzzing. I really would.
See, I sort of agree with Simon there, but I think I wouldn't pay no more than 15 million anyway, even if Man United wanted to sell this window. What about you, boys? You reckon?
Yeah, it's stupid. He's got
Yeah.
1 year left on his deal.
I think I'd pay. I think I would pay 20 million, but I think that's about it. With Vlasic coming in, it just depends how well he does, really, as to whether it was the right option to go for him over Lingard.
Yeah. I mean, I was speaking to some Everton fans, and they feel like he didn't get a fair chance at Everton, Vlasic, and he was very promising, and yeah, they would have stayed.
The plumbers are finally here. Get in.
Hey?
I've been waiting all day for these crappy plumbers to turn up so I could get out the house.
So,
That's the
Noah, with
biggest
regards-
news today.
regards to your comment, yeah, we are live until midnight at least.
Minimum.
It's a long way to go, but we're nearly there.
Now he's going to go to bed, wake up, and you'll be still there in your bloody yellow tires.
we had someone do that earlier, mate. We had someone who's like, it's like 5 a.m. where I am. I said, well, go to bed now. Give yourself 6 or 7 hours. We'll still be on when you come back. Don't worry about it. We'll still be going.
We've got some news with regards to Alessi. I don't know whether you heard he got an injury. Duke, do you want to read that? Because I can't really see it.
Yeah,
What's
no,
that?
Alessi was injured in a clash of heads during the under 23s 2-1 win against Chelsea in the Premier League 2, and obviously was taken off. But from what we're seeing here, he was taken to hospital for further tests, later discharged. He's been at home since, and he's making good recovery. So that's always good news to hear that. I mean, from what I understand, he took a hell of a crack. It did look. I think it was where, what was the header a couple of years ago where the two players collided? Was it a Norwich player? And it like they said that was
Jimenez.
No. This was Championship. Two players went up further in the middle of the pitch, collided. And
are you talking about Ryan Mason or not?
Oh yeah,
might have been. It was the creation of the Big Bang.
Yeah. By the way, Crowell's about to. Crowell is pretty much
careers
done.
come to an end.
That's good.
Thankfully, I mean he's only a young lad, but thankfully he's all right. So
I think anything you want Jesse to come back, not for me, in my opinion.
Apparently, Ross Barkley could be going to Burnley, so that's a relief.
I feel sorry for Burnley. Oh my god, I think they had £1 million to spend last window. God, I like him. He's a funny manager. His press conferences are quite funny, aren't they? He's Sean Dyke's good. Yeah. He's got that Godfather husky voice, isn't he?
Still imminent, according to the. Come on, load.
But the thing is, if
Daily Telegraph, according to the Daily Telegraph, the Alex Crowell deal is imminent.
God, I thought you were going to say something. Thank you.
It's not edging closer, is it?
It's been edging closer for about 7 hours, isn't it?
No,
the Zuma one was a nightmare. Oh my god!
Dan, in the last 3 hours, it's gone to 92% complete to 93.4%.
Fucking hell. It's like downloading a bloody film on.
Don't start with me, boy. I tell you.
They've run out of ink. They've got run out of ink on the pen. They have to go.
They're expecting it to be at 95% by the time this stream is over. So
that'll be 4 o'clock by 4:15, and then we start getting it up past 4.
Yeah, then we'll reach 97.
To Mark's comment there about not wanting Jesse to come back because of hurting Benrahma's progress. To me, we've got to surely have more faith in David Moyes that he would be smart enough not to just think, right, okay, Lingard's in, we need to get Benrahma out of the team. He needs to go on the bench now.
Yeah.
When Benrahma is starting the season so good, he can't be that stupid. He just can't.
Perhaps sometimes you can become overconfident because everything's gone his way since he's rejoined, and you never know the way people think.
Like,
You
of
might
all the
think,
people,
yeah.
you'd think that it would be Bowen that would make way, and you'd have Fornals, Ben Rama, and Lingard.
But you know, Dan, I like Bowen. I don't want anyone to leave because I like to have a big squad, and I think we've got room to.
No, but
bring
even
all five
Bowen could be on the bench or up front. But I'm
Yeah.
saying, like, if you was to drop anyone out of that
Yeah,
three
yeah.
out of Ben Rama, Fornals, Bowen, it'd be Bowen. You'd have Lingard in. You can't drop. Oh, light's gone. You can't drop Ben Rama. You just
No,
can't. The
no,
guy's
no.
stats are start. Unreal. Lingard or no?
I mean,
It's all kicking off here. It's more exciting than the transfer window.
that's the goldfish on the floor. Oh dear. But Fornals' turnaround in form, it's astounded me because I didn't have any time for him a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I didn't. Either.
I can't
thought he
believe the
should.
turnaround in the guy. Yeah.
He looks like his finishing has improved as
Yeah,
well.
I'm still a little bit suspect on his finishing part. I know he scored a few goals lately, but I still think his finishing needs some working on.
But I think, like we were saying, our play is so intelligent this year. We're actually looking up, and instead of just shooting and wasting the play, we're actually looking up and passing to someone in a better position.
Yeah.
You know, that's really good to see that. Yeah, even Antonio, you know, we're all setting each other up with good, concise passing.
I'm still having nightmares over that Antonio pass to Ben Rama at last minute of the bloody Palace game.
Oh, I didn't see that. Oh, okay.
I was at the stadium then.
I wasn't there that one. Oh.
No, well, you didn't see it where they're on the break. It's basically 2v1. And all Antonio's on the left. All he has to do is basically pass it into Ben Rama's path. It makes it a bit too late, so it's too close to the keeper. Keeper just gets it, and it was should have been a goal.
Yeah, see, if Antonio looked up before he started running, he could have played Ben Rama through as well, couldn't he?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He should have played Ben Rama earlier.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
And it was sort of a lot like, I don't know if you guys remember it was like when he made that assist to Lanzini against Palace a few years ago on the break, when he played that curved ball round in his path, and that's what he needs to do.
Even at Southampton away, Antonio played the ball to Felipe Anderson when he scored as well. It was on the break like that.
This is
just
interesting.
like that.
We're just checking this now.
What?
We're just checking.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The last thing
Confirmed?
Well, I got a feeling, that one doesn't go away. So I think
he's made it up.
I think
He's made it up. I think Ali's just made it up there.
They're all just doing it. Here we go. Here comes the spam.
Well, I don't know. Someone's just tweeted, "OX, I love you." Crow.
Is that back Crow? Oh yeah, Crow is pretty much done. I thought you said
Crow is done.
Yeah. It's at 97.4% anyway, Dan.
Edging so closer.
I think the agent wanted a Merc because we're offering an Audi, so that's the bit we got. He wants a blue one.
Sullivan only wants to offer his dad 7 million. They want 8, so we've got a way to go on that.
Yeah, I can't see anything about Tagliafico.
Yeah, that is no rubbish.
I think this is a good question because there's not many out there. Is there a striker who might not even be linked with who you'd think would fit our system? So that, like, realistically, who we could afford? And
Luis Muriel, I think.
Yeah.
I always keep going on about Mitrovic, don't I, Dan? What do you think? I love that guy, but it's too much. It's going to be 25 million, mate. Bring him in.
I don't think he'd suit us.
Is he a bit slow? You think too slow, perhaps?
Yeah. He could be a plan B though, because I feel like maybe having a different type of striker on the bench, right? When Antonio's just not doing anything right, we need maybe a route one type striker now. You know, we can just long ball it up to if you need that second, different option.
Penalty taker, and he's not bad. And there's got to be loads of options. I mean, we've had since January to bring a striker, and what in September nearly now, 9 months later, and we got no one. So shocking, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's the track record with strikers. It's so poor. But,
Stop it, Clayton. Stop it.
But nah.
So
I was saying there's got to be these bars and Diafro Saccos in the second division France. There's got to be players anywhere. It doesn't have to be in the top leagues. There's got to be someone.
Yeah,
there.
find another gem. There's got to be a gem out there that we can get and scout. And
I'm not worried about what league the players are in. To be fair, if the guy can finish, that means a lot. You know, if he's a natural finisher, then
yeah,
I think
someone like Saka would have been so good, like in that mold, because he had so much energy and would just run at defenses.
Oh, what a player! He was the main person in that Bilic season. Why we did so well, because he used to pull the centre backs that way and that way, create the room at the back, and brilliant player. You know, I love watching players like that.
I know he is, Clayton. I've spoken about him for about 3 months now.
Who's that?
That Jetty was a shocker, wasn't he, Dan? Austrian guy. Oh my God! Celtic were like regretting it straight away.
He plays a bit like Dan. He's just shocking. He's got no strong attributes.
Like, subscribe, touch the bell.
With really clean and horrendous
Barkley's now trending.
Who is?
Yeah, that's Burnley. That's the
Burnley. Yeah, thank God he's going to Burnley, because
I tell you what,
I didn't want no part of that.
As much as I don't, they have got some decent players. You know, I think Branham's a great centre midfield player. They've got McNeil. McNeil is just ridiculous.
Yeah, but I think
centre halves as well. Goalkeeper.
Yeah. I think the problem is they've got too many of the same player. That's why they'll never progress that much.
Well, they just signed that player from, was it France? They've just signed
Cornet, Maxwell Cornet.
Yeah, he could be a different type of option for them.
Yeah, he's definitely different to what else they've got in terms of play style.
Well, yeah. I know.
I agree with what Kent said there. Like Watkins was the one
that dropped the ball there.
You can say that here, and the only thing what does me as well is Ivan Toney. The fact that before he went to Brentford, we could have signed him for like 3 million or whatever it was, and David Sullivan said that's too much money. It's depressing.
So stupid.
Yeah.
The same as Vardy. We didn't sign him. We could have signed him for $1 million.
Well, apparently Roda wanted Drogba, didn't he? That was a close one.
The Vardy one, I can't really blame them too much.
Really? He nearly went Arsenal, didn't he? Vardy?
No, yeah. Obviously, looking back now, it would have been ideal, but 1 million for a non-league player at the time seemed a bit overboard, didn't it? That one, I don't think I can blame the
was he non-league at the time, or was he had he moved on from non-league though?
No, he was at Fleetwood when he joined Leicester.
Oh yeah, Fleetwood. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Sam obviously identified him, saw something in him, but Sullivan wanted someone he could go into the first team straight away. And you look at it and you think, okay, 1 million.
Yeah.
We still have the foresight.
Yeah, we still need to replace Alan Irvine, don't we? Coaching back then.
McKinley coming.
Oh, gotcha. Because I know Joe Cole was sniffing for a job last year, wasn't he?
Attempt to sell Antoine Griezmann. I think it might solve our striking problems, boys.
What do you reckon? Do you reckon they'll accept a cheeky bid?
Why not? Let's stick it in and see what happens. Get Griezmann.
The way
I'm willing to go for 5 Freddos, because the price of inflation on Freddos, they'll be through the roof next year.
I heard Griezmann's contract's crazy. Yeah,
it is. He gets 800 grand a week, Jazz, or something like that.
Yeah, I'll in wages, then I'll give him 9 Freddos.
Tell you what, why Barcelona, Real Madrid not kind of like fair play? Why are they not getting banned, these clubs? If there's British clubs doing what they're doing, we'd get done.
Yeah.
We all knew they were running it like a country, weren't they? In deficit, didn't care. Just kept topping up the loan, didn't they?
Yeah. They just come back to bite them now, though.
I was watching a documentary on this latest president of Barcelona who's really messed it up, and some of the signings they've got in and the money are really bad deals.
What? Oh, God, no. Have you seen this Jay Montanelli guy on Twitter? He's the biggest load.
Yeah.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Albie, that's not. It's actually Athos 32. He's changed his handle,
Oh,
and that's what I've just said to Andy here.
yeah,
He's
I was
changed
going
his
to say.
handle and said that because we've lost out on Tagliafico, we're now going in £15 million for
Kolasinac.
Kolasinac. No, don't worry about that, mate.
I just, yeah, but I was like, bloody hell.
I've seen Dom
I
tweeting.
did
Thank
poop
God.
a little bit when I saw that.
What's he say?
I said no news. What offers?
What offers would we take for Gatesy? I'd take just a
50 quid.
Freddo, to be honest with you. I've got a bit of a chocolate craving right now. Someone offered me
And
a
Jenny
Freddo.
Baby. I want Jenny Babies.
Someone offered me a Freddo.
I like
and
Jenny
Gatesy.
Babies. Yeah, you have one. You finish the whole packet, mate. It's like Maltesers, isn't it? The Rebels open the
Yes.
packet.
Yes, hell yes.
It's all gone, mate.
Casper Dolberg.
Yeah.
Casper Dolberg from Nice. I'd take that all day long. I think he's a cracking player.
Yeah, he would. They are struggling. You never know. They may accept an offer. But yeah, Kent's just put another one in there, obviously. Luke just put it in there. Kante, 500k. Drogba went Glenn Roeder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said he wanted Drogba.
Yeah.
Neymar was another one.
Kenny Dalglish, he came on the trial.
Back when he was 17.
Didn't want to join.
Cyber, I'm about 10 minutes away from the crossing, mate. 10 minutes. If you're walking, maybe 20.
Yeah.
I don't think he's having the medical at West Ham though. Does he mean at the club? Because I can't see him travelling. They're playing on Wednesday.
Yeah, I can't see it. It's got to be done like we've done the
They're playing tomorrow night.
the
So
last
he'll have
one.
it, he'll have it at camp. He won't.
Yeah, because Zuma was
won't
in
let him
Paris. Vlasic was wherever he's based. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy, but yeah, I got to run, guys. But
No, Dan.
Thank you, mate. Much appreciated.
It's a pleasure, mate.
Cheers,
Thank
mate.
you very much for coming on.
no, thanks
you
for having me, guys.
and-
It was great to talk about some of the transfer business going on and all the madness and all of that sort of stuff. So good luck. Like I said, I'll retweet your links and all of that stuff. And have a good rest of the show, guys. Well done. Really good stuff what you're doing, guys. Really good job.
Take
Cheers,
care, Dan.
mate.
I'll speak to you soon, yeah?
Speak soon, guys.
Thanks,
See ya. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Simon, no, I don't think we're going to be able to get him. I don't think we can swing it one way or the other. To be fair, for Mr. Kedick, I don't think we can get him. So no,
sure?
I'm going to leave that one.
You sure? He's
He's back.
hello.
Good evening.
I'm going to have to go through all of these names now as these sods keep writing them in.
I know.
Because I don't know what ones are what. I really don't. But I ain't getting caught with Mike. Mike was up earlier, wasn't he? And now we got Don. He's been in.
Yeah, Nicky. They always do Nicky, don't they? That's why. That's why Scott and Ryan and Dan and all that have to read the comments out because Nicky just doesn't look either, and he just reads, and he's been done a few.
Who's
I'm
Don?
not sure about this one. I'm
Who's
not
Don?
know whether this one's real, but I don't say just in case it ain't. Because that'd be
Oh,
it
no.
really would. Who's this one? Nigerian international.
Do you?
As I do, yeah.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, sorry. If you, I think you was in here earlier. I think that name was he here earlier?
I have no idea, mate. There's so many names that have gone through.
If you ain't, please like and subscribe and
touch the bell.
And touch the bell.
Touch the bell.
Ring my bell. With
touch
regards to Vlasic, yeah, I think it will be a great signing.
Update from X, everyone.
Pardon?
Update from X. As of an hour ago, West Ham discussions appeared to be going on well with Jonathan Bamber's agent. No, not well. Going on with Jonathan Bamber's agents. No update on whether they are still ongoing or how they went.
Thank you, Alfie.
No problem.
He was.
Oh yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, sorry, Matt. We've still got 121 people in the chat.
John, yes, we are. We're in my pub. I run a pub in Kent, and we're sat in the bar actually doing this video because we can.
Yeah, no. So thanks for all the new subscribers today. We're up to 837. So
That's 60.
That's 60 subscribers we've had today. So yeah, I'm feeling very very.
We need another 6 likes though. If you guys in the chat, 120 of you, get on to the like of this video. 116 is dropping. We said
Okay.
thank you for going. We've got 94 likes. We need another 6. Get us to 100.
It goes a long way.
And then we'll go for
I think
110 on the
lads,
what's the late one?
I think the 1K hit will be before next month at this rate.
I hope so, mate.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you. Great pub. Much appreciated.
Yeah. And no, I agree with what Clayton said. Just to follow on, yeah, it was fantastic from Gio, Luke. They're more than welcome to come on. Like I said, we've mentioned it to a load of people.
Yeah, the other lads. Yeah.
No, everyone's been great. So yeah.
Cyber, you'll be fine. Don't worry. Just tell people you know me. I'll look after you.
Lookman to Leicester, yeah. I think that
one's
will
been
go
going
one
on
way
all
or the
day, and
other.
I'm kind of sitting here, pretty much scratching my arse now, wondering how long it's going to take. I'll stop it. We're on 98 likes. Come on, give me 2 more, guys.
2 more. Come on.
Come on. There's 2 more likes. 1 more like. Come on. Those of you in the chat, if you ain't liked it, get liking. Give us the time.
How many hours left, lads?
7 hours, 34 minutes
until the window shuts.
Until the window shuts, and then probably 8 hours, 5 minutes until we wrap it up. Foes in the chat. Afternoon, Foe.
Just the 8 hours left, right?
Yeah. Like I said, guys, we've been rabbiting on since 8 o'clock this morning. If anyone has any questions, yeah, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. Oh, look.
Oh, it's definite royalty now.
Right.
Look at the man.
Are we ready? Are we ready for it? Are we ready for it? 3.
Oh, he's one of my heroes.
2, 1.
Hey! It was too slow to get it done. I love it.
I only put a tie when I go to a funeral, so I haven't put them on for a while. There we go.
Afternoon, Russ. How are you?
I'm all right. How you doing, guys?
Yeah, not very well, thank you.
Let me just switch myself off because I've got you on YouTube as well. There we go. It's better.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. So you've lost a viewer.
Oh,
but you've gained a person. There you go.
Legend.
Well, won't put myself in that bracket just yet, but yeah.
No, mate,
but yeah.
You're smashing it at the minute. How was your holiday? I haven't spoke to you.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
He became a pirate for a couple of hours.
I know. I love it. Honestly, I'm definitely part pirate. I was definitely in a previous life a pirate. Every time I go to like the coast, or Norfolk was the Broads really. So, but I just felt like I was at home. It's really weird. And so yeah, no, it's really good. Really good. Love the Norfolk Broads. We go there every year. We go down the caravan every year. Flo loves it. We all love it. It's all good in the hood.
Cyber, give us a DM and we'll send you the link, mate.
Right.
What do you reckon, Russ? Are you happy with the signing so far and all the players we're linked with?
Yes. Yep. No, do you know what? I genuinely am. I was like, I did the lunchtime show like I always do every day, 12:30 on the West Ham Network, and it's just positive, isn't it? I find the whole thing positive. I find the whole thing that the fact that we've got, it's not. You look back a few years ago under Slav, and we had like Gorkan Toure and Arbeloa, and all these sort of like just names just to fill out a squad. Where everyone, you look at all 4 of these people. Hey, you see, you wait for one West Ham Network guy and 2 turn up at once. We're like buses. Anton's just waiting for me.
It's like us when we go on other streams.
Yeah,
take over, don't
we take over as well.
We do.
Good afternoon, lads. Well done, Duke and Milesy. You are on a mission this afternoon and all day and all morning.
We are indeed. I haven't started to flag yet, which is quite a miracle. I was expecting to get to about now, and I'll be just like, I'm just going to lay down for a minute. But we're still going.
No, I'm enjoying
That's
it.
okay, mate. You will?
Yeah, feeling a bit rough today. Got a bit of a cold, I think. Bit worried, so I took the lateral flow test this morning. It's all negative. So just, like I said, I'm still recovering from my wife's birthday bash we did for her on Saturday. And I was saying to the lads, the owner of the place said it was the second highest bar bill they've ever seen. And the first one was a wedding, which had 2-3 times more people than we were there. But yeah, not too bad. Hopefully be feeling better tomorrow. But yeah,
Man.
one of my favourite days of the calendar, isn't it? Transfer deadline
love
day.
it.
Love it.
I love it.
But have you noticed, Russ,
especially
Sky's-
the fact that we're
Yeah.
involved. That's the cool thing, isn't it?
We actually had the first
what?
deal.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like we've been sat here. Don't get me wrong. We've been sat here now for 7.5 hours, and apart from the Vlasic deal, we've just been talk to us because we got nothing. There's absolutely nothing else going on.
Yes,
And it's
Alex
driving us
Krau's
mad.
coming, Bamba's coming, Dembele, little
And then
rumours
it's
in the
all got to be
background.
exciting. There's the names.
Butte to Palace on loan, God knows. So many stories.
Let's just hope we don't get the message to say go to bed, DG, about 9 o'clock at night.
We had David Gold in the chat earlier.
We had
Yeah.
ADG in the chat earlier, didn't we? Let's not lie. He said there's going to be fireworks, and so far, everything points to there being fireworks. Let's not
I think it's gonna be like a mad few hours. I think towards the end.
Yeah.
I think, there's still a bit of money flying about. Do you know what I mean? There's still a bit of money. She said Spurs need to sell something to even up the books. They've bought a lot of money, bought some players in. You got to think with Ronaldo going, they've got to free up some wages somehow. Man United. I mean, they've got a squad pace now because Daniel James is going, so there's a space for Ronaldo. But still, they've got to even up the book somehow. So there'll be some movement there, I think, as well. And I think it's going to be like Arsenal.
Yeah. Sorry, so I've missed, and I'm assuming you've covered it loads probably. But Lingard, do we believe that Lingard is definitely staying at United?
I think he is. I told you, I think he was.
I mean, unless we use one of our domestic loans now, I can't see. If we're everything else that we're trying to do. I mean, out of all of them, Lingard would probably be the easiest deal to get across the line because he's at St George's Park. The England medical staff could easily do the medical for us. We pay for it. It gets done quite quickly. So out of all of the ones we've been linked with, it's the easiest one to try and push over the line. But unless it's going to be one of our domestic loans, and I'd like to think that if we can bring in one more player for cash, I think that's a possibility. Bring in one more player for cash, then we've got one more or two more, possibly even three more foreign loan deals, because that was muted earlier that you can have 4 foreign loan deals and 2 domestic loans. So if that's the case, we've still got 3 foreign loan deals to be able to pull off, plus one more cash player signing and 2 domestic loans. So if we can do that, why not use all of the loans that you've possibly got? Because, we proved last year, if you bring in a player that's on the cusp of the first team at his current club, like Lingard was, we've got nothing to lose by bringing someone in on loan to try and get it done,
Yeah.
I think there's one. I think we've done our cash now. Personally, I think we've done our cash. I think we're only going to get in loan to buys. That's the way I see it now. Because I mean, you look at Zuma was it 25 million, 25 to 28 million, something like that. You got to think with Vlasic anywhere up from 25 to 33, I've seen quoted. So it could only be anywhere from 50 to 60 odd £million we spent in 72 hours, 96 hours. So I think that's probably it. We thought about 50, 60 million, weren't it? That was what was going. So I think we've done our cash. So I think it's only going to be loan to buys now, which is exciting because it could be anyone really.
At one point, we were told the budget was 70. Last week, our good friend Jim White stated that it was 45. We've spent over the 45. We've spent over the 45. So that's I wouldn't put it to bed yet.
According to
let me message Jim now and ask him.
Alex Krau's is now undergoing a medical abroad after we've agreed terms. So if that's the case,
but that's a loan. That'll be a loan, won't it? So I mean, the way I see the loan medicals aren't as what's the word? Aren't as not severe. That's the wrong word, but aren't as complicated as the sort of the buying ones, because obviously he's not our player. We're loaning him, so and
he came out the woodwork, didn't he, as well? Like
that's what I mean. That's what I
at the start, but. nobody knew the crawl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and he
but
went
nobody
quiet
knew we
after
were going to go back
Euros.
in for him. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I believe those. I believe those deals. I believe the deals which just turn up like that. Vlasic. We didn't know about him until Sunday, and we signed him today. Or signed him on Monday rather. Or signed Tuesday rather. So Areola, we was after him and it went quiet. Then we was like, right, we're going to sign him today. Bosh. Zuma was a little bit, protracted, but I think that was mainly because of the negotiations and Alex Kral. But I mean, look, he's got 4 players. If he gets Kral in, that's 4 players. 3 of them are first teamers walk into the first team.
Right, he's got to come in. He's got to come in dressed
Right.
like that.
Right, you ready for this? Yeah, I thought me and Duke dressed well. Are you ready for this one? 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hello.
I thought if I dressed up as Jim White, I thought the transfer might actually go through the next time I won. So I dug out my wedding suit. It still fits, just about.
It fits underneath. Yeah, look, we can't see underneath the. It's like a new. Yeah, stand up, prove it. Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I wouldn't even attempt to put my suit on because it wouldn't even go over my legs.
Oh, I tell you what, around the stomach, it's a tight fit, mate. It is a tight fit.
You've committed and done the button up as well, which is commitment. I'd have just let it hang. Yeah. Fair play to you.
I've changed my outfit like 3 times on 4 channels here. It's ridiculous.
It's like doing the catwalk though.
I'm having a bit of fun. It's fun. I've enjoyed it all day, mate. It's been a good laugh.
It is good fun, isn't it?
That's
what it's about.
One player that I think Arsenal signed him, didn't they? Tomiyasu.
Yeah.
I highly rate him as a central defender. I don't know what the deal was they paid for him, but he would have been someone I would have definitely been interested in. We were linked to him, but I don't think it was a real link, to be honest.
I think he's the first one that fair. When they get him in, he's actually fair play. He's a good signing. All the rest of them, I just think for Arsenal have just absolutely wasted their money. I really do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and I still can't understand. They spend bloody. Was it 28 million on bloody Ramsdale. And bloody Sam Johnston is still at West Brom. You know what I mean? It's like, I just don't see it. I just don't see it.
And then they let go of Willock, didn't they?
Yeah. It just makes no sense. It makes no sense. But it's okay because Barcelona will attempt to sell Antoine Griezmann in the last hours of there we go. That's it. Loan to a buy. Let's get Griezmann in.
He's on like 700 grand a week, isn't he?
Yeah, it's all right.
Grand a week.
It's fine.
How's he feed his kids, poor bastard?
I know. That's what I mean. But, particularly, Ronaldo, I was talking to my wife about Ronaldo, and I said, oh, yeah, he's going to be on £500,000 a week or something like that. She was like, oh. And I said, don't forget, the government takes 40% of that. 50% actually, because he's a high earner. So how can the poor lad live on £250,000? And that's what annoys me when people go, oh, these players on so much money. The government gets a whack of that if they're in the UK. So, fair play. It's £250,000 a week back in the old Boris's pocket.
Well, a lot of the
Spanish
players used to
pay for a lot of the help out on the first lockdown, isn't it? Let's be fair.
Exactly, yeah.
That's covered that a little bit. So we're
covered that.
There.
Job done.
Did you see? I know you were starting to go a bit jokey on it. I put a question in the chat just for come on. Stub your toe or bite your tongue? Which is worse of pain?
Stub your toe.
What was that? Sorry,
stub your toe. Stub your toe.
Oh, stub your toe or bite your tongue?
Stub your toe. Because the bite your tongue, you'll go back to it. You'll go back to it, and you'll keep touching it, and it'll just nib. You stubbed your toe once. That's it. Good question.
Yeah,
it's always the one where you're scared to look down at your toe in case you've broken it.
Yeah.
Or treading on Lego is painful.
Oh, that's a nasty one as well.
No, the worst one is the what's the worst Lego? It's the one it's one that you get the West Ham official ones. They're really, really small. It's called like Boxo or something like that. It's like their version of Lego. That's one that's been licensed. They are literally like that big. It's ridiculous, and you get it. Oh, that really hurts. It goes right through.
I remember my dad cut his foot on my heavy. Looked like he was made out of bloody steel matchbox lorry. Used to put cars on the top, and I don't know what happened. Must have had a sharp edge. Yeah, cut his foot. Bloody hell. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm going down the comments, but look at that one. Oh,
Oh, no.
I've seen some pictures that don't do that justice.
No.
Where they take the plug out of the foot and it actually looks like his foot is the bottom of a plug socket. Hands back.
What about cramp in the
3,
middle of the
2,
night? You know when you get it in your leg and you have to walk it off?
Hey, he's back.
Anton's got off the
Sorry,
sofa.
lads, I'm having. Well, no, I had to plug it in on the charger, and I haven't got a charger close to anywhere else, and it's one of those really short leads, so I had to lie against the bed to make sure it was charging. But my phone is going to die, so lads, I'm going to head. I'm sorry, but pleasure and good luck for the rest of the day. Cheers.
When's the next home game you're coming, Anton?
Sorry, Jazz.
What's the next home game you're coming up for?
Man United.
Okay, mate. See you.
I'll see United, and then I should. Banter. Hashtag banter.
Banter.
I'll see you at Leeds. Jazz as well. Are you going to Leeds, mate?
Not at the moment. I'm still recovering from Newcastle trip, mate. Yeah, we'll
right,
see.
mate.
We'll
Take
see.
it easy.
Take care.
Cheers.
Take care. Bye.
It's great, this, isn't it? You can do your work and talk at the same time.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mate, this is literally at the start. I never thought this would be such a success as what it is, considering there's no transfers. It's been amazing, to be honest.
You've gone to the
Thanks
toilet
for
yet,
everyone coming
Marlsey, today, have you? You haven't left your desk yet.
Broke
on.
the
No,
seal
mate,
yet.
I haven't got up since 8 o'clock this morning.
The bucket might need emptying, you and Duke, underneath the table, mate.
Colostomy bags.
Wonder what that puddle was.
Yeah. That's where Duke keeps going. Oh dear. Right.
Oh, but no.
Do you know what? Do you know what I like about do you know what I love about transfer deadline news? Is I love watching the BBC like stream of it, like the website, because they always put I used to love it. It was like, I've seen Riquelme at Gatwick Airport getting on a train to. That's what I love. All these rumours, and they're coming back in. Remember, Riquelme was on the tarmac at John Lennon Airport. Oh, I love it. So much fun. And
Ross, I wanted to ask, have you done a Hammers 11 with Brian Pop Robson or not?
No, so Brian hasn't been very well at recently.
Oh, okay.
But we hope to have him on soon.
Okay.
We've got we should have him coming on soon. I think next week we've got. He says he just had a text for Keith Roden. We've got Keith Roden on next week. Wow, brilliant.
Okay.
Good old Rowley.
Ross, I couldn't recognise Matty Holmes, mate. Oh
no.
my God.
Do you know what? Someone said I think if it was Cannington, and I saw him on Saturday, Cannington and then went, I didn't realise you interviewed Matty Holmes' granddad.
Yeah, he's aged a lot, isn't he?
He has, isn't he? He has, isn't he?
Yeah.
Next Tuesday evening.
Oh. Ouch. Yeah, this is trending now on Clayton's just put it up. It's on the Express website. Yeah, they're coming in for Declan Rice.
Too late.
Not today.
Too late.
If that happens, I think the
No, it won't happen.
It won't happen. No, I wouldn't even give it time. It's far too late in the day. There's no way you can do that deal by 11 o'clock tonight. No way, particularly with another player involved as well. Particularly with the amount of money involved as well.
Oh, you can't. Yeah.
And how can they afford it? They just Ronaldo, like they can't afford it. They bought him. They bought Sancho. They bought Varane. That's just paper talk. That one is.
Yeah. Forget that. He'd probably end up at Chelsea, wouldn't he? If he does. Yeah.
I think it'll be
another question for you, Russ.
Yeah, Scott. Yeah. Yeah, no, Scott. Yeah, hopefully we'll get Scott on. He's been contacted. His people have actually, I was going to email them today, actually. Yep, Scott's coming on hopefully soon. All right, Mo will be happy with that one.
Right. Russ?
Right. Yep.
The floor is yours. I'm putting it in the chat because for people who may not know who you are now, I've just put it in the chat, the link to your YouTube channel. Do you want to give it a plug?
Have you put the right one?
My Hammers 11, isn't it?
No, West.
No, it's
Where have you been? I'm part of we're part of the West Ham network now, you bloody idiot. Yes, the West Ham network. So yeah, myself, Stel, and Anton, and various others.
I think, Russ, my subscription automatically moved over to the new channel, if I remember. I didn't have to do anything.
I hadn't done nothing to it. The
There
channel's
you go.
still there. My MS Lemon is still there. So what we're doing is eventually moving everything across. All the fans ones are going to stay on My Hammers 11, but all the players ones will move across to the new channel, and then from then on, all the new interviews will be going on there. Just makes more sense because there's hundreds and hundreds of people on there.
Yeah.
Russ, who would have thought though? It's mad. Like when I think you interviewed me last August, and it's just mad. Like seeing so many. I think I've only missed a few. Like I watch all of them, and it's just so.
It's crazy.
So
the whole thing's crazy. Yeah.
It's mad, mate.
The whole thing's crazy, and it's weird. It's very strange, but I love it, and yeah, I mean, it's great. It's great fun. I mean, I know Luke had Zav. Zav's a great boy, and that was a good interview with Zav, Luke. And it's lovely getting the chance to talk to players and talk to ex-players. And we all support West Ham. Dicko's Ken. I've literally got a phone in today. All right, there you go. This is my life now. Literally, I get so right. I love it. It's so weird. Yeah, Alan Dickens is coming in soon, hopefully as well. Got lots of good ones coming up.
So I used to work with his sister, Alan Diggins.
Lovely boy, lovely guy. Really sweet. But he might come and do it here, and we'll do it live, like we did one with Michael. We did one with Michael Hughes, where Mickey Hughes he was come over from Northern Ireland, and he came in, and he did it here, and I couldn't get rid of him, and so I think Alan's going to come and do it here as well. So that'd be good. So we'll try and set up live and do it here.
Yeah, I've never seen Alan Dickens speak in front of the camera. I've never seen his voice.
No, he's a sweet guy, really sweet guy. He's like Tonka. It's like Ray. I mean, we had Ray on the channel the other day, and he's going to do My MS 11 probably in a couple of weeks' time. But he doesn't speak a lot at all. But the thing is, people have to now. They can't. YouTube has become such a thing that you have to get involved. Otherwise, people forget about you, which is horrible, but it's true. And so they're sort of people are getting more open to it, which is great, which is really cool. Andy, you were saying something. What have we got? Lingard, Martial plus 40 million. Nah, not gonna happen.
No.
I would have won Martial on loan though. I would have had a little punt at that.
Oh yeah,
said that earlier.
Yeah, he needs waking up, doesn't he? Just sleepwalking to the end of his career, and he's got all the tools to be top player.
When he first come over, he looked like he's going to be the new Henry with the open body finish and all that, and then it just didn't go off, did it? It didn't carry on.
Another player always seemed to do well against us, didn't he? Down the years.
Yeah, there's certain reasons. It's like when we had Lukaku come back, we know he's going to score against us.
Oh, mate, 100%.
He's 100%. Honestly, he's absolutely a beast, isn't he? Absolutely a beast. That game, first game back, amazing.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of that bulk, so he's more nippy now.
Yeah, which is scary. Really which is scary.
Callum Wilson's another one. Oh my god, every
time.
And the funny thing is, Luke, the next game he was absolutely crap.
Yeah,
missed open sitters, everything. Him and Maxine were quiet, and Maxine did have a fairly average season last season. But
who's the other one? Chris Woods always scores against us as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Glenn Murray,
Glenn Murray, the room, bloody hell. Jesus Christ. Players always used to score their 100th goal against us as well. 100th goal, 150th goal. I remember Michael Owen did it. I think Rooney did it as well. Or their first hat trick, their first goal in like 7 years.
Well, Crystal Palace on Saturday, weren't it? They hadn't scored until they played.
Well, Benteke, his best performance last season was against us, and he did all right, I heard, last week. And all ex-players always score against us, don't they? Glenn Johnson, Paul Ince, all these lot, when they come back.
Bound to, they always do. But maybe not Jordan Hugill this year. Who knows? Big Jords. Finally, hopefully, get out of those bubbles. If not, he's still playing.
I remember when Frank Lampard finally did it, because it took him about 11 games, didn't it, to score against us eventually.
Yeah.
And I remember when he got that first goal, I was heartbroken. I was like, he's going to do it a whole career. He's going to do it and not score against us. Especially when Jimmy saved that penalty at that time as well. You thought he's never going to score against us.
Yeah.
Andy would know this.
Jimmy Walker saved Frank Lampard's penalty.
Yeah. Well, so we had when we had the West Ham Fan TV Friday Night Pint Live. We were there, and we were doing, and because Ryan said, "Oh, do you want to?" So I compared the night, and literally Jimmy walks in, and I was like, "Hands up, anyone around here who saved a penalty from Frank Lampard?" And, yeah, me. I don't like to talk about it, Okay, Jimmy. All right. No, let me. Okay, it was a dark night. The fog was coming over the shed end.
That was insane. That celebration was insane, though. When he said
Absolutely
that.
brilliant. Such a lovely guy.
Insane.
No, he's a top bloke, Jim, and literally, though, I said it to Luke, didn't I, on your show? Literally, I walked in and he was just like, he just sat and stand and spoke to like me, Marshy, and Dom for like 10-15 minutes before he
He's
come
lovely.
in. How you
They
doing
all
and
are.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all are nice boys, and it's like, yeah. I mean, I must have. He said about 10 times, "I'll see you later, Russ. I'm off." And then, like, I was at the door, and about another 20 minutes, he does another lap. I'm definitely going now, Russ. No, I'm definitely going now. But no, he's a good boy. I think he's going to be at that night. I think there's one on the 17th. Maudeville Promotions are doing one, and there's like, I think there's like in the Hilton in London. There's something like 10 ex-players. I think Jimmy's there as well.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good one. I think it might be set. I think there's one table left, Jazz. There's one.
What's it called?
Maudeville Promotions. Len Herbert is one.
Okay, I'll have a look.
And there's like, it's a goalkeeper celebration. So it's like, it's all the goalkeepers there and David Cross. And David's like, I don't like goalkeepers, but okay, I've been invited. But yeah, and I think Alvin's doing the comparing. So the Hilton Tower Bridge.
No problem. I'll have a look at that.
Be good.
Because I saw your one on Ferguson, the old goalie, the other day.
Yeah, Bobby. Yeah.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. He's a good boy, Bobby.
Was he? Yeah. He's always in Australia now, is he? Or?
He's in Australia. Yeah, he won't be there. I think they've got.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be. I think Jim. Yeah, Jim will be there. I think you'll have. Who else? All that Parksy and that lot. I think Mervyn. I think. Yeah.
Alan McKnight turns up now, doesn't he?
He'll be there. Ludo will be there. I think Ian's flying over. Ian Foy's flying over.
Robert Green. Yeah.
No, I don't think Greeno's there. Neil Finn. And then we asked. I think Shaka. I don't think he's coming over though. But I think Shaka's there. There's going to be loads of them. It's going to be a good night. I think. 17th. Yeah, it's the day before. It's the day before the Man United game. But it's very good.
Yeah, no, literally, there's nothing. Oh, hang on, breaking news.
We won't accept that, but it's going to be some cash.
Let's have a look. Sky saying anything?
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, I've heard about him.
That's it. That and it's the same stuff. Just literally.
That was actually true.
Oh, Cedric Itten.
From Rangers.
Cedric Itten. I wasn't sure I didn't want to get caught out like you did before, Russ, with the names.
Yeah.
So I was very against reading it out.
Jerome Boateng joins Olympiacos. No, Leon on free. Fair play.
Alan Devonshire's going to be there as well.
Of course he'll be there. I think he said 25 ex-players will be there.
Yeah, Tony Carmick, McGivern, Alan Dickens. Yeah,
be good.
Perry Suckling. Oh, that's a name from the past.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys were talking about this before I left, but Man United and Declan Rice. Did Andy bring that up?
Yeah, and that's just paper talk. Nah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But yes, that one.
Yeah.
Too late in the day.
That's what I thought. But again, in the same way as the Lingard deal, at the end of the day, they're both in this country, aren't they? So it wouldn't make too much of a drama if they wanted to make that move.
I'm not that desperate for Lingard, to be fair. If it's going to be messing about with Ramos,
I'm over it. I'm over
especially the way Ben Rama started the season. To be fair,
yeah. And with Vlasic. Yeah. Vlasic is sort of the Lingardy type player. And I'd rather get him for 20. He's 23. He's a lot younger.
Yeah, I'd rather stick because, like I said, I think it'll stunt the development of Ben Rama if he does come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moyes has just started to trust him now as well, hasn't he? Like you don't want him to ruin that. You don't want to ruin that.
Do you reckon Vlasic comes in for Bowen? Do you think, Luke? What do you reckon? I don't know.
I think if you're looking through that front line of the one you're maybe looking at going, oh, we could go there. It's probably him. He's as much as he's been good and he's starting to sit. He's the only one who slightly just still frustrates me a little bit. You know, that end product just slightly not there sometimes. But I'm not saying he's the bad player. I'm not saying I don't like him.
No,
Don't
I like
stones
Bowen.
at me or
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, no, I like all of them up front.
But I
Really
think
good.
it gives you, I think it gives you an option now. Do you know what I mean? It's like on Saturday, you know, the fact that we didn't do any subs to 80 minutes, there's no options on the bench to change it. Now with Vlasic and and Kral as well potentially, there's a couple of options. So it means
Mate,
if
Bamba does come off as well,
and Bamba, as well. So
mate, you've got some fear factor on the bench then.
Yeah,
You know,
and
the
that's what we haven't had.
is going to be sitting there thinking, oh, any minute this geezer might come on. You know, like when Traore comes on for Wolves or St. Maxim comes on for Newcastle, you're thinking, fucking hell, I don't want this to happen. That's what we need. We need someone on the bench who's they're scared, waiting to come on.
But also the first team to be scared about, so to be honest, at the moment that first 11 pretty much makes itself. There's no one on the bench, maybe apart from the goalkeeper, and obviously Zuma in now. But until then, that first 11 probably pretty much picks itself. Whereas now you go, oh shit, if I don't play well, then
he's on my toes.
He's on my toes. Andy Carroll in talks with Reading. He's in talks with Reading. They've already signed
stole a career.
Then they got Drinkwater. They got Scott Dan as well.
God, their physio's going to be busy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Do you see Jack Wilshere's apparently trying to sign for a league Serie 2 team?
Serie A, Serie B, yeah.
Serie B, sorry, that's it. Serie B, isn't it? It's not Serie 2.
I saw his interview. He should just come off the media. I mean, some of his interviews are just... He's so desperate to rip another club up. I'm like, leave it now. Bloody hell.
It's a shame because he was a fantastic player. Was a fantastic player.
It's a shame.
It's weird how they passed the medical then, isn't it? Wiltshire, West Ham.
Yeah.
It's a bit odd, isn't it?
Charlie, you need to get on here, mate. Get on the show. You're one of the ones that ain't been on here yet during this 4 or 5 hours.
we've had loads of today, haven't we? Different people.
You'll come on the next slot, Charlie. We've got to switch over streams at 15:15, and then you can come back on later.
Charlie's probably just woken up. He does evening shift, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nocturnal, isn't he?
He's on Pacific time with Charlie.
Guys, literally. Yeah.
Literally, there's no one going anywhere at the moment.
It's a joke, isn't it?
I mean, fair play. How does Jim White do it? I don't get it. It's like, how does he keep it all going?
Nothing. Absolutely.
I'm going to text him. I'm going to ask him how he does it.
So it looks like the Alex Kroll thing, it was dragging on a bit because we wanted an option to sign. But it looks like we're going to probably have to sign him at the end of it. 30 million euros, 9-10 million, whatever.
Mm. 6 hours. 6 hours till the window shuts.
Was it shut at 11, does it?
11, yeah.
When's Peach coming back on? We want Peach back.
Oh my God, he was up so early, wasn't he? Oh,
bless him. I love Peach. Oh dear. 147 people watching so far. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, so perhaps Winston, Reid and Randolph, they probably might leave at the end of the window.
Oh yeah, Reedy and Randolph.
Well, that's right. That's why I think in the goalkeeper situation. I mean, you look at the moment. What we've got now. Come the summer, it's pretty much going to be Areola. I think Randolph will go. Martin will be. He's only signed a new 1-year extension in it, so he'll be going to the coaching role. Obviously, Fab's not going to be there. So, yeah, the goalkeeper coach. I think we're going to obviously Trot's on loan, isn't he, to Nantes or Nice or someone like that, isn't he? I think at the moment. Anang's on loan as well. Goalkeeper's going to be an interesting position next summer. Obviously, we've got Areola coming in permanently, unless, God forbid, something happens and we go down. But yeah. I think the goalkeeper coach is going to be interesting. We have to get a couple of them in next year just to compete with Areola.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's just like that's what I liked about the signing of Areola. It's something. I think for too long we've been in a situation where we've been reactionary. Okay, well, who do we need for this sort of period? We need a striker. Whereas the signing of Areola was very much right. Okay, it's looking 2 years ahead.
Yeah, solve the problem.
Solve the problem is it's not going to be. Yeah, exactly. Because it's such a pivotal position, And I don't think because obviously he's really, really good mates with Zuma as well. That isn't a coincidence. Do you know what I mean as well? So I think that Areola.
What is the next position then? What position do you feel?
Left back.
And Rice, I think, as well, because I think Rice will go next summer.
Yeah,
I think that needs to be sorted.
I like the Brighton lad, isn't it, Basama?
Yeah, I keep saying it, mate.
Yeah,
Basuma,
he's good,
I'll
mate.
be all over that. All over that. But you got to think Antonio as well. Antonio will be 32 next year as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love him, but you can't go on forever.
No, but then we'd have to buy a striker, then, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
That's why I don't think we will buy a striker until we have to. And with Antonio going, we would have to buy a striker. When his legs actually go, or one of them goes.
So this is a good question, but you can't say until he's been adjusted. You can't say that.
Rice is only 22, isn't he? So he's 22.
Well, you got to see how good Crow is, don't you? I think Crow's more Mark's replacement, isn't it?
Yeah.
When's the next stream starting, Marzi?
This one's ending at 4:15, and then we're having a 15-minute break, and then we're back on at 4:30 till 8:30, and then back at 8:45 until the window shuts.
All right, mate. I'll be back on at 4:30, mate. Take care, everyone.
See you later.
See you later, Jazz.
Bye, bye.
Bye, mate.
That was a question I was asked. No. So Noble goes, obviously he retires. Rice goes. Who's your captain next year?
Zuma.
Oh, good shout.
Because I think he's got. I think so too. Yeah. I think Zuma's got that sort of British mentality about himself as well. The way he sort of handles himself in his interviews, and even the little snippets they've put up on Twitter, he seems to have a real good sense of humour and stuff. And because he's been here since he was 18 or something like that, so he's sort of ingrained a little bit in sort of British culture.
It reminded me of Chiatti a little bit.
Yeah,
that similar sort of just as laughy, jokey style about him.
Yeah.
Moyes definitely looks at that though. Definitely.
Yeah,
he definitely looks at someone who's going to make everyone laugh, but still very good player.
But look, the trouble is Declan Rice isn't going anywhere, so it doesn't matter.
Not this summer.
He's not going.
Not this summer.
Right, I gotta go, guys. I'll see you later.
See you later, Russ.
You too.
Nice to see you again, mate.
Love you. Bye.
Take care.
Cheers, pal.
Come on, we need some more people.
22. Yeah, no.
We are set to complete it by the end of the day.
Cresswell for captain for you.
But it can't be tomorrow, can it?
Sorry, some of the articles, Luke, what we're just reading, are saying that the transfer will be completed tomorrow.
Who's that?
For Alex Crow.
For Alex Crow. They probably mean the actual the announcement and stuff, probably.
Yeah, the announcement. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's ridiculous because we all know it's got to be done today. So why would you wait until tomorrow? Seriously. I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah. Charlie, look out for DM for the next stint if you're around.
We start the next one at 4:30. I think it is, isn't it? Is it 4:30?
Yeah.
Yeah, 4:30.
Yeah, you've done well, lads. You've done very well. Very entertaining. Even when I'm not on, I've been watching it all day.
No, honestly, Luke, you don't understand how much it means for you to come on and help us out as well, mate.
Oh, it's been brilliant, mate. Just meeting everyone on it. It's just been good.
Been outstanding.
I loved it earlier when we had just all the different channels on, and we were just
that's mad.
It was good.
We had yourself, then we had Jace, Dan, Gio. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I didn't even know they knew of us.
Luke, do you know we got you to a target? Yeah.
Yeah.
On your subs. Look at this latest. Ready?
Oh, come on.
50. So that means we've gained 60.
Do you know what? The viewers will probably pick.
74.
Yeah, what you got watching 118 at the minute, innit? I reckon when people start coming home from work, so about 5, 6, when you do your next one, that's when you might get 250 watching, and that's when you might hit it. You might hit it tonight because more people will be watching the later it gets.
Mate, the amount of beer I'll probably drink if we got 1,000 subscribers tonight, it would be ridiculous.
We'll hit the last hour of the stream on our arse.
You'll hit it soon though. If you don't hit it tonight, it'll be by the end of the month. If you donate
It's,
tonight,
I'll tell you
definitely end of the
what,
month.
as I said earlier, and I'll keep saying it to the guys that are in the live chat. I didn't expect this today. You know, with you guys coming on and the subscribers and the viewers, and it's just been outstanding. Like honestly, it's been out. The only part of it that's missing is the transfers.
Yeah,
We're doing
just
the
need some more
transfer
news.
show
We
and
had
there's
that
been none.
exciting bit right at the beginning of the day.
It was. I was like, I was all revved up for it, and then no, nothing. You know what I mean?
But nothing for anyone, like you say, mate. Not just West Ham, and nothing like any clubs have got anything going on, have they?
Literally, there's probably about five or six signings across the entire, maybe 7 signings across the entire of the Premier League that are of any note. You know what I mean? So, like I say, you got Burnley, got Conor Roberts. Is that of any note to us? You know,
Not really.
Is that going to make any difference to what we do? Not really. So it's quite hard to try and sit here and continue to talk about the possibilities. You know, as Alfie was mentioning earlier, the deal for Crow is now like 96.7% done, 96.8% done.
It's creeping.
You know?
It's creeping.
It's frustrating more than anything else. We can't win.
No, literally, my Twitter is so hard in keeping up with that. Like all the refreshes of links to players, it's an absolute nightmare.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
It's a madness, mate. It's madness.
I think we've been linked with about 7 or 8 so far that have made me sit up and go, all right, yeah, fair enough. You know, Bamba, Krul, Dembele, is it Laborde? There's been a few across this that have made me sit up and go, hello, maybe. And then I'm like, then the rest of it's just like, come on, give me something now, please.
Okay, so apparently, Spark, I don't know if we've said this, Spark Musto, General Director, I'm not even going to give that name a go.
Melizhikov.
Confirm Alex Krul will join in West Ham on loan with an option to buy.
Yeah, I think it's done. I do think it's done. I'm quite confident.
Yeah, I am, to be fair. What are we on? 119 likes. 119 likes.
119 likes as well. Thanks, guys. It really does mean a lot.
If there's 120 people in the chat, there's got to be a couple in there that haven't liked. So if you haven't liked, like the video, subscribe and touch the bell. We haven't done that for a while, have we?
Touch the bell.
Not touched the bell in quite a while. Listen, you can't take it too seriously. Listen, take it too seriously, you end up in an early grave. So I'm just going to have fun.
How many Disney films have been watched today, Luke?
Oh, mate, at least 4 or 5. She's doing well. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. Behaves herself.
To be fair,
You talking about the bell.
Tugged on yet? No. You've pretty much been
You're
left
talking about the
alone.
bell. I'm a PE teacher, and my boss always gets me every time. She's a woman, but she gets me every time going, oh, look, can you go and get the ball bags from the cupboard, please? Mate, I'm not a kid. Every time I start crying, laughing. I'm that pathetic. Whenever the word ball bag gets said, I start laughing and dying. I'm that childish.
No, that's fair enough, though, because we're the same. Let's be fair.
Cyber, at 4 o'clock, at 3:30, you can come on, mate. Sorry, we're just
4:30. We're doing we're going to have a break in a bit, get something to eat, because the pair of us are absolutely famished.
we've not eaten
Mate,
all
I don't know
day
how
yet,
you've done it. I don't know how you've done it. I was getting tired. The last time I went, my eyes were getting tired. I was like, oh, I need a little break for 5 minutes. I'm getting tired.
No, it's been, mate, literally, I've never thought how far this is like come. We've still got 119 people in the chat watching this.
You got to do it all again in January as well.
Well, no,
I'm quite happy with that.
And I think Anton will be in touch with you. We'll do it a month before. Me and him were talking off air on Jake's show. We're gonna.
We're back. We're back.
We're back. Yeah.
Yeah, you're back.
We're all the channels are going to merge together and do like certain stints to do it for charity as well. So we'll be all over that.
It's been brilliant, honestly. It's been brilliant.
What's a picture? Ball bag. He's in.
We have.
They've got great internet in that pub, haven't they? Are they there?
The system's decided to play soppy sods.
All right. I think what we'll do is, I know we've got 107 people in the chat. I think we're going to cut this stream a little bit earlier, Luke. Thanks for coming on.
That's fine, mate. Yeah,
and
that's fine.
And we'll be back at 4:30. I'll send you the new link if you've still got time. I know you've got
I'll probably be able to get on one more time before 6, yeah. I'll pick out another outfit as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Thanks for everyone and look out for us.
In about half hour.
Yeah.
20 minutes,
Take
half
it easy,
hour.
lads.
Half an hour.
See you in a bit.
Take care,
Come your
people.
ways.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers,
See you later, lads.
Cheers.